Oh, there it is. Hello, everyone. We're finally live after I remember how basic controls work. So, hello.
Hola!
It's just been that kind of day for me already. So I'm terrible with all the what we've done recently, but let's start off first thing by welcoming Nick to the stream. He's going to be playing a character we will meet momentarily, and also Danny. Danny has a cat.
Who is attacking my hand?
You deserve that for making him be on the stream. It is even I. Sometimes like I'm surprised I don't get attacked for this more often. Okay, so very quick recap. Our lovable vagabonds have taken on a job for the somewhat mysterious in her mind Darby Lockridge to take care of the problem of a revolt in her mining operation. When the crew got there and started doing a little investigating and went into it, they realized that a mysterious fungus has overtaken the mine, and they cleared out a lot of its possessed isn't really the right word, infected workers, and a rock troll and another cat just wandered in.
Sorry.
And they were burning down some of the fungus. And yes, today's episode is called Fungus Among Us.
Yes.
And we are going to jump right in where you guys have about an hour until this patch of fungus in front of you has been properly destroyed, because while I absolutely removed it, the icon, you do have fire, up all in this area. Where's the drawing tool? Okay, this area here is currently on fire.
Cool.
And it's going to be on fire for about an hour, which means you guys have had a short rest if you want to start using any hit die or anything like that, or attune to some of the new items that you've picked up. This would be the time to do that. And I want everybody to give me perception rolls, please.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
I'm too distracted by fire.
Yeah. It's like, ooh, it
That
dances.
is nice straw. You can't eat it.
Watch this, guys. I go run through it.
Oh, you know what?
Hold my beer.
I'm not going to make you roll for that, but so I'm going to say everyone who got 15 or higher hears the sound of footsteps echoing as Nick, would you like to describe your character?
I actually haven't gotten that far. You see a half-orc druid standing in front of you wearing leather and furs.
I've got you on the map now, too.
Hey, stop.
And you described him as a very large half-orc, correct?
That is correct. He is much bigger than your standard half-orc, standing over 7 feet tall.
And at this point, you are allowed to speak to him.
Trevor will, I don't know what Michael was just doing. That distracted me. Can't talk now. Hold up his sword and go, what are you doing here?
Michael walks up to him and hands over a marshmallow on a stick.
I will accept the marshmallow on a stick and I will smell it and then eat it. And while I'm eating the marshmallow with my gummed up mouth, I'm here to kill the evil fungus that's here.
What did he say?
Trevor just shakes his head and puts down his sword.
I think he's here to deal with the fungus.
Oh.
Oh my God! Where'd he come from?
Yes, that is a horrible treat. But yes, I am here to deal with this evil fungus. It is causing much mayhem, and I do not like it.
Yeah, I think it goes better with iron rations, especially if you take the chocolate bit out of it. But yeah, cool.
Where'd you get a marshmallow, by the way?
I've got like 20 different rations inside of my bag. Seriously, some of them have marshmallows, some of them have like sweet crackers.
Okay.
I'll walk up to this half orc, just kind of size him up, look him up and down, walk around him. You think you're going to be able to handle this fungus by yourself?
I've been doing well so far.
Well, clearly not. Did you not see all the bodies? It's overtaking this mine. People have all died.
Well, I just arrived here. I've been on my travels tracking this fungus.
See, do you know its origin?
I believe I'm getting closer to it. It's some kind of nasty little evil.
Huh. Basarius, what do you think of this?
Oh, the fungus?
Yeah, the fungus among us.
Well, Andy, didn't I already do a Arcana check or something on it?
Yeah, you
Before
did
and
some kind
and
of
I rolled
check.
pretty
and
high?
Yeah, so you know that nether fungus originates
Oh.
from the Shadowfell. And you know that it does have, this sort of habit of infecting creatures that then, want to, their whole purpose in life is to protect and spread it.
Okay, I'll relay all this information.
I see. How do we get rid of it?
The fire seems to be doing a pretty good job.
Trevor just points at it. I like this. I like this one.
Yeah, fire seems to work pretty well.
Fire, yeah, fire.
Michael, are you okay?
Give me about 20 minutes, I'll probably be fine.
I'll walk up to Michael, put my hand on his forehead. Are you feeling all right?
Roll a Constitution check, Michael.
Were you eating the fungus?
Don't
No.
eat the fungus. Sorry.
I either got a 16 or a 13. I don't really care to know if I passed or failed right now. I'm just gonna keep doing what I was doing.
Well, I figured you were going to keep doing what you were doing regardless, but it's good to have that roll on hand.
Yes, it is.
Michael, what in the name of the gods are you up to?
I think I finally cracked. I mean, I've died in the past week. In the past couple
Twice.
of months, it's been twice. Yeah. I'm now dealing with the fact that we're pretty much hitting zombies without them being actual, well, no, they are zombies. They're just fungal zombies, not magical zombies. They're interdimensional fungus zombies. So, I think I'm kind of reaching my limit here.
I'm
But
gonna
let's see where we go.
reach out. I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna take Michael by the shoulders and I'm gonna move him over towards one of the walls and let's make him sit down. Just pat him on the cheek and say, "You know what? Just sit down and rest." Turn around.
I'll sit Tiberius on his shoulder. There.
So I'll turn back to our giant orc friend and say, "And who are you?"
I am Tarak.
Tarak. And you said you've been tracking this fungus.
An evil that I believe to be creating the fungus, yes. I believe it's coming from the Shadowfell.
That is what we believe as well. Well, don't let us stop you from your work, and I'll turn around and point to the flames. Be my guest.
Troilek will walk up to Tarak and I will speak to him in Orcish. Have you met any kin like me on your travels?
I have not. I stick mainly to the woods and prefer to travel as such. So I do not. I try to avoid people. They shy away from my size.
I'm probably a bit taller than you, says the giant wolfkin. Oh, what's so funny?
What?
Michael's
Chinese
just
one, isn't
over
it?
there
I don't know,
dancing to
stop
music
staring
in
at
his
your
head.
phone. Really has snapped, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We're going to have to kill him off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fire's
I'm gonna
right
dig around in my
there.
pack looking for something to knock his ass out.
I'll knock him
Fire's
out.
right
We
there,
need him.
just-
I'll
So,
just go over and sit down next to him.
no, get to know the new guy. Go, go.
I don't like new people.
Example A.
I'm not exactly the most sane person. You might need backup for company. Go get to meet him.
It's fine.
And because you guys are in an
Get off the
enclosed
counter.
space,
Hey.
this conversation is pretty easy to hear.
Sorry.
Oh, no, Charlock was talking to him. I'm gonna let him talk to him.
so anyway, I continue talking to him in Orcish. So, are you sure you have not met anyone on my travels? On your travels, sorry.
None that I recall, but it's been a while since I've rested and slept. Maybe I just need to commune for a little while and recall my my memory.
It is fine. I am Trilak. It is a pleasure to meet you.
As it is a pleasure to meet you, Trilek.
How about
I
common
shake
for the rest of us?
What?
What is wrong?
I said, how about you speak common so the rest of us know what you're talking about?
I'm
Rude.
just asking him a few questions.
Okay.
Private
whatever.
questions.
In common, I will address the rest of the group and say it is good to meet you. How are you doing with the destruction of this fungus?
Well, fire seems to work rather well.
Yeah, fire.
We're doing okay. A bit of extra help, especially if we're helping out somebody else on their own travels, is quite nice.
It's true, Darby didn't say that we couldn't bring anybody else on. Not that
Yep.
I listened to her to begin with, but
But aren't we just supposed to find out what was wrong and let her know? I don't think it's our job to fix this problem. We did our
well,
job.
I mean, the stuff is kind of spreading. I'd rather it not spread outside the mine.
So let's collapse the mine.
I think the fungus will still spread out of the mine if we do that.
Plus, I mean, if we take it out, take care of the problem before her, might be able to con her out of some more pay. If anything, to shut her up. Or
Yeah.
keep her quiet, I mean.
Hazard pay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, think of it like this as well. She's rich. This is a gem mine that has dragon stones. We might be able to establish a working relationship to get some dragon stones on the cheap for ourselves.
I reach into my bag and
Cheap.
pull
I,
out
for
a little
one, would
piece
like to
of
have a
sword
few
for
of
Michael.
these trinkets.
Yeah, but we still need more of those. We need a lot more of those.
Then grab them. Fill up your bag.
We were.
I mean,
told
it's not
to
like they
take
can't
it.
be purchased. It's just that some people will buy them from you right off the bat because they want them for research purposes.
I would rather us honor our agreement not to take anything unnecessarily out of the mine.
And Viserys, you probably, being the with the highest intelligence, I'll say you can easily recall that the agreement was to bring her workers to heal.
Yeah, we did that.
She wanted control of her mind back. She didn't really care about what methods you use, as long as everybody who was there or who was left there was willing to do their job.
But thinking back, though, what was it Jules said? He said that she was being...
Bitch.
Slightly
yeah, but-
more paranoid than usual was probably the way he phrased it. Maybe a little bit more kindly, being his boss. As soon as the past few weeks, she's been a little bit more secretive about, trade secrets in a mine is sort of a strange thing, but there's been a lot more security-based questions, I guess would be the best way to say it. He didn't go into too many details about that.
Well, that alone makes me curious, because I want to know what she's so fucking paranoid about.
Maybe she knows what's going on down here.
That's my idea.
Maybe she made a deal with the wrong person.
And maybe this is their retaliation, or maybe she caused all this by messing with something she didn't understand. Which, I mean, is kind of common with nobility around here.
Okay, well, I'm not a magic person, so I have a question. What do you have to do to open a portal to the Shadowfell to allow something like this to come into our world?
I look at this Aries.
And I'll look at the DM.
Anybody with the Arcana proficiency can make a roll.
That's not me.
Nope.
Viserys,
very,
it takes an archmage to open a portal from your recollection.
Yeah, it takes a very powerful magi to open up such a portal.
Okay, so that means somebody very corrupt has done this. Somebody she probably knows, because I'm
Victor?
assuming that they did it. I thought he was more of a necromancy type person. But I don't know anything about this magic stuff.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
isn't
so he
Oh,
still have
it
access
takes
to the
someone almost
rules of
god
magic.
level based on Viserys' role.
Now,
I
can
mean-
it be open from either side?
Okay, let's put it this way. Demons can't open their own portals into this plane.
Got it.
They tend to travel when someone else opens the portal. But there are powers that can do that.
Okay.
Some powers are, less restricted in travel.
So perhaps she was allowing somebody to do some not so good things down in here, and they did something that they weren't supposed to? I don't know.
Maybe. I've also heard of artifacts that are capable of opening planes or opening doorways to other planes.
Like,
Well, you all know of a gnome who travels to the plane of fire
right.
to conduct business.
Gerald.
He must be awesomely powerful based on an 11 Arcana roll.
Can we just make it a rule to pretty much say that if we ever run into, people who have more money than sense, we try to convince them not to buy the shiny things that can rip holes into cross-dimensional planes?
Agreed.
Sorry, I'm
Trying
having
to
a
give Michael
flashback to
a look.
Rihanna at a certain
I'm like-
noble's house.
I don't have money. Well, I do now. I didn't.
You
then.
had shiny things that could rip holes in reality.
Yes, I know that.
No, correction. She had a very big shiny thing.
Yes. Okay, I'll get back out of it now. That was just too funny. Oh.
I'm gonna live that down.
How
Well,
much longer on this fire?
actually, if y'all, if y'all want to have a conversation, but the fire is starting to die out. It's been most of an hour. You've destroyed a good chunk of the fungus that was in here, and it won't be a problem for you to take a torch and just kind of burn it to the point where you're pretty sure it's not going to spread.
Michael
Cool.
does so.
Well, I'm gonna look at our druid friend and say, do you know if this will kill it permanently?
And if you want to make a nature roll, let's see what you know about this type of fungus.
Can I
Wow.
assist him?
Hmm.
Could I assist him?
Do you have the nature proficiency?
I believe I do.
Oh, I do. Oh, wait, no.
No, I don't.
Okay. Sorry, but with this many of you, I'm going to have to insist on proficiency to make that roll.
I thought I did, but it was perception.
So, Tarak, your basic impression is that very few things survive fire.
Good. Yeah, very few things will survive fire, especially this stuff. Once it's burned, it's dead.
Cool.
And
Works for me.
if you guys want to move on to the final room that no one has explored at all,
Okay, I'm gonna grab Michael by the arm and say, grab a torch and say, let's go kill us some fungus.
okay. And you guys all move over to the last room, and I will drop you in up at the top. And let's see if I can do that control ping thing to move y'all. This is what the last room looks like, guys.
More dead bodies.
Yep.
Yay.
And you might notice down here at the very bottom of the map.
The fuck is that? Cthulhu?
God.
Holy cephalopods,
What
Batman.
And again,
so
guys,
that's
this
what
map
we start
came from
calling
Hammerforge on Patreon. He drew this whole collection for
did?
this dungeon. Mapforge.
Oh,
That's
well,
where I
thank
got
you.
this from. This map inspired this entire idea.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks for this chaotic mess.
Guys, I think we're gonna need backup.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
We're gonna need a bigger fire.
We're gonna need a bigger torch.
Houston, we have a problem.
And since you walked in with a
Okay.
couple of torches and you've started talking, you start to hear grumbling sounds.
Ah, shit.
I believe
the
I'm
bodies
hungry.
on
I
the
haven't
ground.
eaten anything in a few hours.
Okay, so do we see this giant? Do we see this giant monstrosity?
Those of you with dark vision definitely see it. I'm going to say that the light from your sword will reflect around. We're going to say that you can see it, at least its outline. Anybody that wants to go and inspect it a little bit more closely,
Sure,
Can I
I'll
make-
stealth up to it.
I'm not
Can I
gonna.
make an art-
Sorry, go ahead.
Kind of check, see if I know what it is.
yeah,
Yeah,
go
do that
ahead. Nature's probably better, but I'll allow Arcana right now.
Oh, I don't have nature, so.
Yeah. Okay, you're pretty sure this is from your studies of extraplanar life. This is the most mature version of necrofungus, nether fungus. I think that's what I call it. Yeah, nether fungus. At this level, it could definitely overtake humanoids.
Yeah, I'll tell everyone this and say most likely it'd probably be better to stay away from it as far as possible.
Tap Viserys on the shoulder.
Do we have any artillery left, Viserius?
Got any fireballs?
As a matter of fact, I do.
I'm gonna creep up to it
Okay.
stealthily.
How far up do you want to move? 'Cause that's pretty good stealth.
There.
Okay.
Where'd Brianna go?
Yeah, Rihanna just sort of slipped into the shadows while you were all gawking.
Did she take off again?
In my earring, I say, I'm getting out, Sir Luck. Shut the hell up.
Gotta get a beeper for that chick.
We do have one. You just heard it.
Shut the hell up! I'm getting a closer look.
Does she disappear often?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, Raina, if
Sometimes
you
she
want to
comes
give me
back with
a
clothes.
perception
Sometimes she
roll,
comes back without. We get used to
What?
it.
do you want? You can give me a perception roll if you want. Now that you're a bit closer to it, it's really big and ugly.
Guys,
Yeah,
it's
sometimes she
giant.
goes out and gets stoned.
Serious? I heard that. It's really big. And it's really fucking ugly.
I did not know Victor was here.
Victor is actually quite short and doesn't know when to shut up. He's pretty much the equivalent of me, but with an evil goatee.
Don't grow goatee.
So, what can I tell from looking at it? I mean, do I need to get closer to tell anything more?
Yeah, with that perception, you'll need to get closer to do another check.
Do you want me to stealth again?
You
gonna
can if
whisper.
you want to.
I'm going to
I'll-
whisper, has it noticed us yet?
I don't fucking
Growling.
know.
Okay, that's pretty good stealth. Okay, go ahead and I'll let you do perception with advantage on this thing.
Oh,
Good
damn,
God.
double 20s.
Jesus.
Okay, it doesn't move. It's just a giant mound of fungus. I mean, granted, it's the size of a small hill, but it itself isn't moving. But you do notice that somewhere in the shadows there are some things that are moving now that they're being stirred by the light, and you see a couple of very large, very fungus-covered ogres coming out of the shadows, and they are
Oh,
moving
shit.
towards your friends.
Towards my friends?
Yes, they don't see you,
Right.
but they're aiming for the light that they do see.
Right. Very, very quietly, I will relay this information. Say, guys, hold the torches. There are two very large fungus-covered ogres heading right for you.
And with that, everybody can roll initiative.
Oh,
Oh boy. Nice.
Wow, you really
Nice.
managed to roll great, all of a sudden. We're
Yeah,
gonna
I
have- We're going to be
3 nat
checking those
20s in a
dice.
row.
Okay.
I know. That's all of them. I'm not going to get any more the rest of the game.
Yeah. Okay.
1 second. What want to be in the doofus?
Let me try to
Oh.
get everybody else in.
I'm going to go let my dog back in the house. Be right back.
Okay.
I'm gonna put on my snuggie.
And I tell everybody, try not to bunch up.
Okay. And okay, so I will give Carrie just a second to come back, as basically you all get to act before the ogres, which good for you. It'll be Rihanna, Tarek, Trevor, Trilak, Michael, then Viserius, and then you also will start to see a third ogre who is coming out of the shadows way up here. Rihanna, you get to start first.
Okay. Where are they at? Because I can't
All
see
right.
them on the map.
When you turn to look better, there's one here, one over here.
Hold on.
All right. Yeah. Let me try to do. Does control click move you to the ping location?
Okay, I see it now.
Okay. There's one there,
I just
one there,
Okay.
and then there's a third one up here. I'm going to make their icons larger so that
So
you guys can see them
here-
better.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Over
now I can see
here.
them.
Yeah. They're not actually
Not here.
any more giant than normal, but
Okay.
this way you can see their icons better.
Okay.
So they're all aiming for
Well-
the people with light.
They already know that you're there, so I suppose probably killing the torches is not going to help because
Yeah.
those without dark vision will be useless.
And
so
because you got 2 natural 20s, you can tell that these things are in technically worse condition than the miners you guys ran into. Like they're able to see, but you're sort of surprised that they can see based on how much fungus is growing out of them. And it's probably just the fact that they're ogres with unreal constitution is probably the only reason they're even mobile anymore.
Okay.
But you get to act first. And you are hidden because you rolled really well on that stealth. And they rolled really bad on anything regarding, except for the bright light. They don't seem to care about much.
Shit. Technically, right now I'm kind of surrounded by them. So if I make an attack, they're all gonna come on me. So I am. Can I hold my action until they get closer to my friends?
Yeah.
And then I can move up closer and take a shot at a distance.
All right, go ahead and do your movement, and then we'll let you hold an attack action.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's see.
I'm gonna have to make a rule: no more characters that start with TR because.
Trilak and Tarek?
Trilak, Trevor, and Tarek. I have to.
Oh God, you're right.
I have to get more creative on my initiative list because T is such a popular name.
There's a letter before T and R.
Yeah, but I can't just put T, T, and T, and know who's going to be next. I have to start putting.
All right, so I moved my 40 feet, and that's where I'm at.
Okay, Tarek, you're next.
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Sorry, I completely screwed all my spells up. I had to put ones in there to placeholders, and then I never changed them. So give me a second here.
Okay, if you want, we'll move on to the next person and then jump back up to you.
Oh, yeah, that would work great.
Okay, Trevor, that is you.
Doesn't Trilak go before me? I only rolled an 18.
Okay, yeah, my bad. Trilak, you're next.
Alrighty. Can't really do much, so I'm going to use a 3rd level spell, and I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay. And Spirit Guardians is the one that surrounds you, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
15 foot around me.
Okay.
What the hell? And that's my turn.
Okay. You don't want to move?
I'll move up to the front.
All right. And then Trevor, it is your turn.
Well, can these guys see these ogres now?
Yeah, we're gonna say that once they came out of the shadows far enough, they could see them. You just saw them when they were still inanimate.
Okay.
Okay. Is Nick set to go, or are we going to me?
I'm gonna go to you. We'll just jump back to him after he's had a chance to do his spells. Nick, just
Okey-doke.
tell me if you get your spells the way you want them.
I've got the bulk of them taken care of now, but yeah, go ahead and...
Okay, we'll just do Trevor because I've already called you, and I don't want to contradict myself.
Okay, I'm gonna go up here. I think that was my 30.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold my attack until this guy gets close enough.
Okay. All right, now Tarek.
I'm going to move... 5, 10, 15, 20. About here. And I'm going to pull out 3 stones in my pocket and cast Magic Stone.
Okay. That's your bonus action.
And am I close enough to that ogre to throw one at him?
Yeah, it has a range of 60 feet. I believe you have enough. Oh yeah, you can easily hit. You're easily within range. I don't want to say easily hit them. You're in range to attack.
Okay, I will throw a magic stone at him then.
Okay. Oh, that managed to hit him. You just barely pinged him, but you did ping him. So that is 12 points of bludgeoning damage. Okay. And
Which one did he attack? This one?
yeah, he attacked this one. Yeah, that one right there. Okay, Michael, is now your turn.
Yeah.
You're probably having one of the people has the most trouble seeing this far away because you've already burnt your dark sight for the day, didn't you? Or is it?
That lasts 8 hours. So,
Okay, then you're fine then.
Yeah. Michael sets down his torch and raises out his shield. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and casts Shatter on that one
Okay.
as a 4th level spell.
Okay. What does he need
No,
to
wait,
roll
he can't
for that?
do it as a 4th level spell. He does it as a 3rd level spell. I will roll it real fast. It's going to be a DC 14 con save, I do believe.
Okay, he does not make it, so he'll take full damage.
No, 19 damage.
Okay, that's not bad.
Nice.
He's it's not the normal roar of in fact he makes very little noise outside the cracking of bone, but he doesn't show any, like, he doesn't act like he cares about the damage. There's no, most of the time if you did that kind of damage to a troll or an ogre, you would probably get him going into a blind rage. He isn't making any real reaction other than just to keep moving for you. Viserius, it is now your turn.
I'm going to move up and stand beside Trevor. And I'm going to cast Haste, lay everything to waste.
Who's the bard here, Michael or you?
And then I'm going to move
Sorry.
because this is still a tiger.
Yeah. Until it dies, it's a tiger. Or you
I
dismiss
move
it.
him up right there.
Okay.
Is he in range to make an attack?
Because I had to sort of expand him. We'll go
Okay,
ahead
well,
and say
he just
yeah.
moved right there for fodder.
Okay. All right, then yeah. I'm gonna say you'll need to be like within one of his squares to properly attack
Okay.
him.
Well, he'll just move up to him and roar in his face.
Okay. All right, Rihanna, do you want to use any of your action before the trolls go?
I'm still hidden, so
Yeah.
no, I'm gonna wait.
Okay. You can, in that case, you can still use it after the trolls, so you can, but I'll let you decide on that.
Okay.
Because this one, he's ignoring that, and he's going straight for the light bearer, which was Michael. No, that was Trevor. Sorry. And yes, Trevor is right here. So he's going straight for Trevor.
Yeah.
Because,
Wait, can I hit him now because he's in my range?
yes, you can. You were holding your attack.
Yay.
Okay, that managed to hit,
Hi.
but just barely. So you scratch him. What's the damage on that?
15.
15. Okay. Alrighty. That'll hit. Okay. Oh, 19. Damn. Okay. And that'll hit.
14.
All right.
Hack and slash, hack and slash.
Okay, now it is his turn. And he's going to raise up the big tree trunk he's using as a
shit.
club.
That's gonna hurt.
18 to hit.
No.
Okay. That's all the rounds he get. That's the only action he gets. These other two are going to move about 40 feet. No, wait. 5, 6, 8. I am sort of estimating their movement because of the fact that, I've oversized their icons a bit, but that seems about right. Okay, Rihanna, it's like I said, I'll let you use your held action before you use your other action. But if you don't use it now, you lose it.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to decide what I was gonna do here.
Yeah.
Let me look at something real fast. I had a plan, and then it all went to shit. So.
Yeah, they usually do.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're asking for more speed, Trevor. You're not going to get it.
I don't care about moving fast. I care about hitting shit.
I think I've given you guys plenty of magic items already.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so my action. All right.
Yeah, your action.
My action. I will cast Eldritch Blast at this one here. Why is it not working?
We're gonna say this guy is number 2. Okay, yeah. That guy's number 2. That guy's number 3. If it helps any.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that would be my action from the last round.
Okay. Yeah, that hit. So.
Cool.
Okay. And. At your level, don't you get it? No, sorry, I'm forgetting. You're only a level 1 warlock. Okay.
Right.
All right. Now you get your normal turn.
Okay, now my normal turn. Okay. As my let's see. Okay, I'm going to I guess take out my wait. As my bonus action, I'm going to cast Hex on him.
Okay. And what stat do you want to hex?
One ability. Con saves.
Okay. Troll number 2 has disadvantage?
Disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay.
Oh, that was the wrong one to do. But anyway, it's what I said. And then I'm going to pull out my short bow and take a blast at him.
Yeah, that hit. What's going to be the total damage there?
So that's 6 and 42.
31.
8, 22.
22 plus 6 is 28.
28, but the hex gives me an extra 1d6.
Okay, add that to it.
Nice.
So, grand total of 30?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that... He felt that.
Yeah. And then, as my movement, I'm going to move another 40 feet towards my friends.
Okay, go ahead and do that. And then, Tarek, it is now your turn.
Okay, I'm going to move right over here, and we're going to hit that guy.
Well, that guy does get a reaction because you moved out of his range. That's going to be a 19 to hit you. Does a 19 hit?
And that hits.
Okay. Yep. And he rolled pretty good on... Oh, sorry, that's supposed to be 2 D8. They only get 1 hit, but... Oh, crap. He just did 18 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
Okie dokie. That's not too bad.
Okay. So now what was your action?
I'm going to hit him with produce.
Okay, that hit. For 11 points of damage. Okay.
Are you going after the one that's with the group?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Okay. Yeah, you. In fact, with that, you basically just burnt off one of his arms, we're going to say. Like, that's how bad a shape they're in. The amount of damage he sustained, body parts are now disconnecting from him. If that's all of your turn, Trilak, it is now your turn.
Alrighty. Sorry, I had to cough. I'm gonna walk here.
Okay.
So he's now within the range of Spirit Guardians.
And that does half damage if he fails, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead.
Um.
There's no point in rolling anything. He's just dead.
Okay.
Where do I put
I
that?
walked
How
up
do
to
I
him
do that?
and he died.
Yeah.
Uh.
So you've only used your movement. You still have an action, and you can see the two more down there.
Well, I moved 15 feet. I'm gonna move 3 more squares. Guardian of Faith is not far. I can't aim it far enough. Anyone hurt?
Nope.
That's what I'm looking.
You saw Tarak take a pretty vicious hit.
How vicious?
I mean, he got hit with a great club.
Is he within 30 feet of me? Yes, he is. Oh boy. Oh boy. Is this something I want to try out? I've been wanting to try this out for a while. I'm going to use life transference.
Ooh, what does that do?
I know.
Oh wow. Okay. So I take 28 points of necrotic damage.
And he gains double that.
Yeah.
He gains double that.
Okay,
in health.
you're back up to full. Because
Yeah,
Thank
he
you,
gains
but it was just a
56.
scratch.
yeah,
Ouch.
That's dope.
okay,
That hurt
yeah.
so much.
You're the one who wanted to try it out, man.
It's like being a blood mage in Dragon Age.
Okay,
Exactly.
and with that bizarre action, to most of you that was sort of bizarre because you see Trilak suddenly, wince in pain as Tarak's wounds heal up. Trevor, it is now your turn.
Okay, so I'm hasted, so my movement is doubled, so
Yeah.
I can move 120. So I'm going to dash down to this dude.
But if you use your dash action, you can't attack.
Well, as a charger, if I'm moving at least 10 feet in the line, I can make an attack as a bonus?
Okay, then you can do that.
Yes.
Okay.
If I hit, I get +5 to damage, but I
Okay.
only get the one attack. Oh, I hit! Yay!
Okay.
So 12 and 7, 19, and then +5 to that damage from my charge.
Okay, so that was
24.
24 points of damage. I'm actually
Good job.
going to be really nice because you ran at him like a rocket. I'm going to say that you did some extra damage. I'm just not going to tell you how much extra damage.
Okay. Cool.
But you just, like I said, you rocked him. We're even going to say that he's not prone because, like I said, you literally ran straight into him at 120 feet.
I rocked him like a hurricane.
No. Lose 5 experience for bad
What?
jokes.
What?
I don't use experience, you know that.
But Bon Jovi's funny. Shut up.
Michael, it is now your turn.
Wait a minute, though. Didn't you just rock you like a hurricane? That's
That's
not fun, Joe.
scorpions, I know.
I was like,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. And then Michael's going to cast Vicious vicious words on this one, or
Yeah.
vicious insult.
Okay.
You look like you've been spending your life having one epiphany after another, always thinking that you finally figured out what's holding you back and how you can finally be productive and creative and turn your life around, but nothing will ever change. That cycle of mediocrity isn't due to some obstacle, it's who you are.
There's no need to talk bad about yourself, Michael.
I just want you to know, you just use half of a paragraph on what's technically an undead ogre at the moment. Think about
Well,
that.
I mean, you'll confuse him to death.
I look at Michael. I'm like, what the hell?
Roll the damage, please.
Everything in the room just stops and goes, huh?
Okay.
Huh?
And he still gets a
wisdom. Confused him.
He got a 1 on his wisdom save. I think he has to take extra damage. Somewhere in his fungus controlled brain, there is a spark of intelligence of like, yeah, I really need to rethink what I'm doing with my life. I've been taken over by this fungus, and I'm not living up to my full potential.
Oh, shit.
And because it's a 1, I'm doubling his damage because that seems fair.
Okay.
You guys are getting me on a really, really kind day, apparently.
No shit.
But that's just
God damn it, man.
that's just too good. I mean, okay, Viserius, it's now your turn.
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna move Tigger.
Okay.
Yay, Tigger.
30, 35, 40. Right there. That's all he can do.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move up. Stand right by these. And ask Michael, what the fuck was that? And I gotta wave my hands in the air and aim a fireball.
Don't hit me.
Damn it, what happened?
He's able to avoid you, don't worry.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he has a thingy.
Okay. You know how to use the spell cards. Go ahead and drop it in where
Yes.
you want it so that way we see how much damage you're doing.
Okay.
I know you're going to avoid Trevor, so I won't ask you to do
Oh.
anything there.
Or is
I'm
he?
actually right there.
Okay, hold on, I gotta expand my map to see. Oh, you're aiming for the big thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me do a couple rolls just to see what we're gonna get here. It's on
Shoot it up.
fire.
I'm glad I'm standing far enough away.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's this huge explosion, and the biggest fungus mound is on fire now. Okay, and that's your
It
whole
didn't
turn.
roll, did it?
Do what? Well, you're setting fire to a plant.
Yeah, but it didn't do the damage.
Do you want? Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
It's just fungus.
I mean, it's still on fire. I'm going to allow
okay,
that.
well then, okay, then never mind then.
Okay. So that this one that's in front of Trevor is going to go ahead and attack. It uses half its movement to get up, but then it attacks. It's going to
Come at me,
miss.
bro.
And this one's going to move over because again, you're the light bearer.
I am the
It
light.
rolled a 1. Dear God.
Yes.
it tripped and fell and impaled itself on its stick.
No, I am going to say that it hit its friend for some damage. So its swing was so bad, it went over your head. It still seems to be really... It's got that slight spark of intelligence that Michael has ignited. And it's like, hey, this isn't right. And it hits its friend. Not for much, but it did hit its friend.
Michael, what did you do?
Hilarious.
And on that bizarre sequence, it is now Rihanna's turn.
Okay. Well,
You just saw one ogre attack another. Maybe it's because Viserius setting fire to the big plant as
I have no idea what the hell's
disrupting
going on
them.
here.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So, let's see. I'm still kind of learning these. So I'm trying to look real quick, but none of these things I have are bonus actions. Never mind. Sorry. I will, I guess I'm gonna take out my short bow, take aim at the one that I have hex.
Okay,
And
that's
shoot
this
at him
guy right
again.
here.
Oh, damn.
God. Okay, roll your d6 and then give me all the damage.
So that's 10, 21, 33, 36, doubled, 72 points.
Okay, he's dead.
And I turn and I look at Michael and say,
I think that, for this,
and my bonus action, I could transfer my hex to the other one.
okay, the other one's now hexed.
Now the other one's hex.
Just let me give a little bit of a cinematic one to this. I don't know how you did this with a regular arrow, but you hit him in some way, like through the spine, and he just seems to like fall apart like a Lego, creation. Like, one arm comes off, then the other, and he's looking at them. His head rolls off, and he slumps down.
Yeah.
It doesn't make
What
sense,
the-
but dear God, you're rolling so many 20s right now.
I know, which I'm scared that
I'm
gonna fail
over
at a
here like
critical
I did
moment.
not put enough things in here to challenge you, or did I?
Or did I?
Tarek,
You
Tarek,
did almost die the last big fight.
So
Tarek, it is
yeah.
now your turn.
Yeah.
Should go get mom some
Now, since
cookies.
everything is dying so easily, let's move about there-ish, and I will throw another magic stone at the remaining ogre.
Okay. That one missed. Because it was a 1, we're going to say that, Trevor, you just got pinged in the head for, let's call it 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow! What the fuck?
You turn around and Tarek's standing there with another stone in his hand.
Oh, wait,
Trav,
I would have.
You want me to shoot him, Trevor?
No.
Oh.
I realized I would have been back at full because of that stupid ring. So.
well, you only now attuned to the ring, so it has had that time to actually heal you.
I mean, it's nothing.
But you did have a chance to use your
What did I
hit
do,
die
take
before.
7?
Yeah, 7. I'm just cutting it
Okay,
in
so
half.
I'm at 78.
Okay,
Okay,
Michael, it is now your turn. This
Okay.
half orc is just turned on you and is attacking your friends.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I say to this one, because the half orc is not the
No,
biggest.
he's a regular ogre.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
the
sorry, you said half
the
orc.
half-orc.
Yeah.
I yell at the fungus and covered ogre. If I wanted to kill myself, I would climb your ego and jump to your IQ.
I still feel like you're wasting words on something that's, But hey, he still gets a wisdom save.
He's making us laugh.
Oh, he got a natural 20 on his save.
Oh, shit.
And I should
Oh,
say,
you gotta this up.
ogres are very unwise. He needed that to win. He got a natural 20. It shows no concern at all for your taunts.
Yeah, and as my bonus action, I use Bardic Inspiration on Trevor and go, "Be the awesome thing that you always wanted to be."
And with
Wonderful,
that,
inspiring words, darling.
Viserius, it is now your turn.
Okay.
This is
I'm
where we
gonna-
bond.
I'm going to move the tiger up right there,
Okay.
Kitty.
and he gets to have his attack.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, now, damn it, I forgot his. Okay.
Okay.
12 points of damage.
See, when I picked ogres for this, I figured they hit, they were easy to hit, but man, when they hit, they do a lot of damage. And then they never get to hit anybody.
Because their fungus-addled brains can't quite do the job.
No, because somebody is somehow hacked into the system to get natural 20s 4 times in a row. But this one raises his club to swing, and it's a 15. So I know that.
Oh, look at that!
That doesn't hit Trevor.
Yay!
I rolled a natural 20 to hit the ogre with my firebolt.
I forgot about that. Okay, yeah, you see? Okay.
16 points. Nice.
All right, yeah. So you burn a nice scorch mark through him. You know, not quite through his head, but like through his abdomen.
Ooh.
So, in fact, for this one, Trevor, that firebolt came right past your ear to burn the hole through its sternum. Okay, it missed on its attack. So, Rihanna, it is now your turn again.
I'm just gonna shoot him with my bow again and say, let's see if I can get the trifecta here.
Okay. That still hits, and you still get your sneak damage because it has allies next to it.
So 27 points.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. It is still up. Tarek, it is now your turn. This thing is starting to fall apart again. That last arrow shot took off one of his arms.
I'll be right back.
Okay, let's move right about there-ish. And let's try a different tack. Let's just hit it with the produce flame.
Okay. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, Tarek, tell us how you do this. Well, this is your moment. You tell us. I'm not even dealing with the damage. You incinerate it.
As he had his mouth open, I lunged my fireball right down his throat, and he closed it, and his head glowed, and eyeballs spewed out, and he looked like a wonderful jack-o'-lantern for a moment.
Yes, that's exactly right. He looks like a giant jack-o'-lantern, and over the course of the next couple of minutes, he will be completely reduced to ash. I love it when you guys get to be, the heroic party. But damn, I was hoping this one was going to challenge you a bit. You just wiped the floor with 3 zombie ogres. And I gave them maximum health. Okay, they had 91 HP each.
They matched me.
Yeah, and look at all the green rolls in this. Wow. Okay. Now that's done. None of the other bodies you see are moving. Those were its last guardians, so to speak.
Is this thing still on fire?
Oh yeah, it's going to be burning for a while. That was a fireball. I'm going to let that thing burn for a while. What do you guys want to do now?
Burn everything?
Yeah, look for all the fungus that we can and just burn it.
Okay.
Burn.
This is a big cavern, and you still have some oil left, I believe. So you can, arrange to set the whole thing on fire. We're going to say that's going to take you about, let's call it 30 minutes to prep everything to set it on fire.
Yeah.
I want everybody to give me a Constitution roll. Those of you who were doing the, cloth over the nose and mouth, you can make yours at advantage.
Okay.
Yay, that's great.
Wait, what? I must have missed something.
All right, they killed it, the last one.
Yeah.
Okay. And now everybody was setting everything on fire. And I'm saying that everyone needs to roll a Constitution save. And if you had, something over your nose and mouth, like some of you did earlier last session, you can make it at advantage. Okay.
We might be losing Michael.
Whoops. Sorry. Hit a button.
No problem.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, well... Okay. I got all that. Okay. Now, so, you spent 30 minutes, you set everything on fire. This stuff produces a lot of smoke. Some of you are coughing heavily. But also you start to hear a loud cracking sound. It turns out fire inside of a cave is not the best thing. That's a lot of heat contained inside of rock. I'm going to let you imagine what happens when rock starts to rapidly expand. I suggest you guys run out of this mine.
Cheese it.
In fact, let's do this as a bit of a skill test.
Oh shit!
But stone doesn't burn.
No,
No,
but
what
it
it-
does rapidly heat up when it's
Okay.
this much fire in a confined space.
Okay.
I did a little bit of research into this
enough
one.
that once we lit it on fire, we would have been.
Well,
at the
that's
opening
why
and
I'm going
take
to.
off.
That's why this isn't going to be too complicated of a skill test.
Okay.
But basically, the way skill test works is, as a group, you're going to make certain rolls. Nobody can make the same roll twice. So, like, you can each use Dex once. You can each use Intelligence once.
Okay.
I guess. I mean, I'll let you guys tell me what group of rolls do you want to make. You don't have to do too good. In fact, everybody can just make one. What do you want to make to try to get out of here?
Dex to be quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
so we
Yeah,
don't-
this
so
isn't
we
really a
trip and
skill
fall and
test.
stuff.
Everybody just make a Dex roll for how fast you
Okay.
get out of here.
Oh shit.
A
But
dex
this
save or
is-
a dex check.
Oh.
I guess Dex save, but if you made a check,
Oh.
that's fine too.
I mean, I could do both. I mean, I got a nat 20.
Yeah, you got an at 20. Don't worry about it.
I did too.
Sherlock and I are both in armor.
Serious is like, screw this shit. I'm not going down with
I know.
this shit.
Okay.
I'm out. Come
Uh,
on,
Oh,
Tigger.
bitches.
Okay, but for those of you who rolled a natural 20, if you want, you can help the slower people along a little bit. Or
Yeah,
you
I'll
can just
go
get
back.
yourselves
Down
out.
on
And
health.
help Trilak.
Okay.
I'll
I
help
was gonna say.
Trilak.
Like
kinda give
this
them
was
a-
this was done as a group test, so I wasn't going to crush Trilak for getting a nat 1. You all get out of there. You do hear some rumble in the back room, as it sounds like, setting the whole thing on fire made it structurally unstable, but the rest of the mine does not collapse around you. You don't even know how much damage was really done to the back room because you didn't stick around that long.
Right.
You all get out safely. You do hear, some crumbling, some rumbling, and we're just going to move you to a generic forest area because you're all out of the cave now.
Look around, guys. We did it,
Yes.
and nobody died.
I feel like the fact that we celebrate that is kind of foreshadowing our future.
I just look at Trevor like, have you met this group?
Touche.
Yes, we should be known as the Death Squad.
Our own
That's for
deck
damn
squad.
sure.
Yeah, exactly. Not for killing people, but for dying on our own.
All for naming us the Fantastic Follies.
Michael, did you lose brain cells in that cave?
I
Oh,
inhaled
Have you
some.
seen this guy for the last hour?
Yeah, true.
whew. Is everybody
Do
okay?
you often destroy everything you guys touch?
Pretty much.
I look at Tarek, I look at everybody, I'm like, don't say a word.
Well, in that regard, I am isolated from the group. I rarely destroy my stuff.
So that's the
I
guy
would
who did like
try
50
like
points
to
of damage to Hill 20.
Didn't you break a door too?
No, that was me.
Oh yeah.
I broke a door
Going
using him.
Into the gun.
You were the object used to break the door. Got it.
So, okay, so Tarek, here's the deal. It's never our intention to destroy everything around us. It just kind of happens.
That makes it sound even worse.
Hey, I was once a stand-up citizen, and then I made.
Well, you don't have to stay hanging around with us.
I like
So
it.
what you're saying is you see the cliff and you jump off of it and then figure out how you're going to land.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh,
That's pretty much the gist of it.
yeah.
Well,
thank
maybe
you
this
for your
will
help,
guide me where I
by the
need to
way.
go. Maybe I need to take a new approach.
For
Hunting down this this evil that is creating this fungus.
Well, what do
Do
you
you know
make
what
this
that
evil?
is? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
We pretty much asked the same question.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Dean, what exactly do I know about this fungus?
Your nature roll earlier wasn't very good, so we're going to say that basically just because you are a druid and you are in touch with the natural world around you, you just more or less sense that something was off balance and you took it upon yourself to correct it. Because you rolled an 11 and I can't give you too much information off of an 11. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Oh,
If you want,
I
you know
look
what?
around and find fungus, and I destroy it, and hopefully it will lead me to the origin, the creation, and I can put a permanent stop to it.
Don't we know another druid?
Do you?
The fact that we have to question ourselves probably.
No, I mean, we do.
Oh, we
The
do?
one that took Michael.
The what?
Hmm?
Say again?
The one that.
The one that had Michael. I'm trying not to name names.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Creepy fungus, creepy druid. Maybe it's... I don't know what interest they'd have in Darby's mind, but...
Hmm.
The Dragon Stones, as well as the fact that they could potentially work a way around dimensional rifts, possibly.
Trevor, go ahead and give me this needs to be an intelligence because I'm trying to think of what you know about this particular druid. If you have a better solution for what you know about, I can't even remember her name right offhand. For what
Trevor is not a intelligence or wisdom person.
I
So we'll go
know,
with
but
intelligence.
okay.
Roll it anyway. Maybe you'll get
What do
lucky.
you know about the creepy druid? Is what I'm like. What have you been able to gain from your brief interactions with her? Is what I'm saying. Let's see what you picked up. Okay.
He's not a mind-based...
Yeah, I
person.
know, but still, I can't just give you too much information. You don't know.
Can I get that
To you-
13 from
to
my
you
past
all-
experience?
Do what?
Can I get that 13 from like past experience with her?
Well, sure, but to you, a druid is a druid.
Oh, yeah.
You know she tends to work the darker side of nature, but she's still nature.
I mean, that kind of seemed like the darker side of nature.
That's true. That was
You don't
definitely.
know.
I mean, nature is just as. Well, nature isn't evil, but nature is damn cruel at times. That was one of the crueler parts of nature from one of the. Again, not an evil plane, but the Shadowfell is a dark plane where there's a lot more cruelty than not. It doesn't deliberately attack you, but it's predatory.
It's just its way of surviving, basically.
Yeah. So you don't really know, and I can't. You just
Right.
that words. You know what I'm trying to say. You
Words are hard.
yeah.
They are kind of hard.
It's like if you took the show Night Gallery and then just made it into an entire reality. That's the Shadowfell.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
That's a good
reference goes
explanation.
straight over my head.
So you guys are saying you know a druid that is causing this?
Maybe,
Apparently.
maybe not.
Just remember, we know what happens when you hurl around unfounded accusations.
That's why I
we
said
don't-
maybe, maybe not.
It wouldn't hurt to go ask some questions.
Yes, let's find this druid and ask some questions.
How do we know
let's
this?
not.
Dude?
Let's. I go through the thingy. Azir.
You're standing
You're standing
together.
together.
It's not a telepathic airing.
I thought that's what it was. I thought that's what they were. Is the message thing.
No, it's message,
No, they're
but
like
you still say
walkie-talkies.
it. Yeah, they're walkie-talkies.
Still gotta talk. Yeah, I knew who you were I knew who you were alluding to.
I think you were the only one that did.
I know.
I didn't realize she was a druid. I just knew that
I
she
didn't
got
either. I had
bits
no
off
clue.
of me.
Well, she said the one that had Michael, this creepy druid doing bad things. Like, yeah.
Well, I thought maybe he met a druid at a tavern or something.
Same.
Oh, well, that's
It's
anyway.
I am not that kind of a bard.
That's what you say, darling.
Uh-huh.
I only have eyes for one.
Hmm.
Just start a police investigation. Where were you on the night that you disappeared? Did you try to hit it off with his ear?
What?
That's out of character. That's out of character, by the way.
So that's why Michael was tied up. Got it.
Ah, that explains a lot.
It was not kink shame, but the cutting off of the limbs, I think that's a bit far.
Kinda, yeah. Pretty
Well,
sure those
whatever
kind of
gets you
movies
off
are
the job.
illegal.
Yeah. So anyway, I turned to Tarak. I'm like, so we thank you for your help back there, Tarak. I don't think we all properly introduced ourselves.
You
No,
are
probably not.
you are the one who disappears.
Yes. Yes. I hide in the shadows. I go by Rihanna.
Good to meet you, Rihanna. And who are the rest of your companions?
Now I'll
I'm the
walk up
grid.
to him and extend my hand. I'm like, I am Viserius Goldleaf, at your service.
And what kind of services do you offer?
Magical, of course.
He's very good with his hands and his words.
So not the kind that'll track us down an evil druid.
Yes.
Oh, what have I done?
You asked.
Well, I think right now we should go report all these happenings.
Well, yes, we need to get back with Darcy and let her know that we have cleared her mind, so to speak.
Nah.
I
May I join your journey to, and may you help me find this evil druid?
Yeah, sure.
Pleasure.
You're more than welcome to. I mean, I've got a lot of marshmallows here that I need to share with people.
Oh no, I am good. Maybe one a month.
All right, cool.
Okay, so are we just gonna go back into the town and report back to Jewel, or are we
Yes.
going all the way back and talking
No.
to Darcy ourselves?
Wasn't Jewel
God.
the one we were supposed to report to anyway?
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. I couldn't remember.
That maybe we can spend the night there and regain our.
Yeah, town
Hit
is
points and stuff.
maybe like an hour's walk, and it's a safe walk, so you're able to get
But
back.
we have mechanical horse and cart.
Okay, but so you make it in 45 minutes then.
Cool.
And it's still safe, and we're just going to gloss over it unless you want to do anything along the way.
No, probably just sit and talk with everybody.
Okay.
Try to- Like, I'll probably go over and try to talk with Trevor kind of quietly about our druid friend.
Okay.
But, it doesn't have to be an actual conversation. Just, saying, you thinking the same thing I was, so.
In that case, guys, let's take 5 minutes, and we'll jump back. When you guys get to town, and if you guys do want to have that conversation, it can just be while
Yeah.
I am off taking care of other things in the house. So we'll be
All
back
right.
in about 5, guys.
Cool.
Be right back.
Yay.
on. And we are back on. All right. So, everybody, you just had what was a pretty interesting fight. Sorry, that was just, again, to me, you guys just wiped the floor with these 3 zombie ogres after, dealing with all the other problems. So, you are back in town, and you said you wanted to go and look for Mr. Jewel.
Yes.
Okay. You know where his office is at this point, so you're able to go talk to him. And, he kind of looks relieved to see you all come back.
+1.
Yeah, +1. Well, he doesn't know you that well, so the +1 is more of just, okay, hey, you're all back.
Yeah, we got some bad news.
Okay.
And good news.
Yeah.
Good news first.
Okay.
We won't have any problems with taking back control of the mine. We dealt with the problem.
All right. Now, what's the bad news?
The bad news is the problem. Yeah, the bad news is the problem was an interdimensional fungus that had managed to infect everyone. We destroyed it, but in destroying it, sections of the mine collapsed.
Okay, you're all here, so it must have not been a complete collapse.
No.
Yeah, now we're just assuming it collapsed.
Okay.
we don't
Go
know.
back
So we
and
just
check.
stick around to find out.
Okay, that's
Are you guys
good. That's
talking about
good.
when you set fire to the entire mine and let it all burn?
To kill the fungus.
Yeah. It's a fungus.
And-
It's taking everybody over.
You also have lost some of your miners.
Due
Well, yeah,
to-
everybody who was in there was a zombie.
Oh no,
basically.
we had those other people that we rescued.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
there was something about a bunch of people coming back screaming that they were abducted by cultists.
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't cultists.
Yeah,
it
there
was,
were cultists. Well, there were cultists in there that we defeated. That's where we found the group of people that were trapped.
well, their minds were taken over by the fungus. They weren't cultists. They were just not
Really?
themselves.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so interdimensional fungus got into the mine.
So
And-
somebody's doing some wicked stuff in that mine.
Oh god. So hold on a minute. Let me try and put all this together. Fungus worshipping cultists got into the mine, got everyone infected with interdimensional fungus, and were kidnapping people, and you tore down part of the mine trying to destroy it. Is that right?
Partially. Let me start, do this from the top for you.
Okay.
You need to talk to Darby. Because either she's allowing somebody access to that mine for doing things that they shouldn't be, or somebody has found a way to sneak in there. Because somebody opened a portal to the Shadowfell, let in some nether fungus. This nether fungus took over everybody who was in there. And yeah, we destroyed everybody that was infected, let the ones go that were trapped by the infected ones because they were feeding it to some troll. And yeah, set the big old mound of fungus on fire and ran like hell.
He's got a very confused look, like he's trying to sort a lot of information.
I know it's a lot.
Okay.
You said that she was very paranoid and acting weird lately.
Yeah,
You
but she
made a
doesn't
deal
come
with
here.
somebody?
I mean, I don't even go to the mine. I'm just the book guy. My notes are all scattered, so I forget who I said the foreman was. Andy forgets who the foreman was. But the foreman and the workers were the only people who really went to the mine.
Well, the only ones that survived are the ones that we sent back to town.
Oh, the good news is that your personnel costs are currently at 0. The bad news is that you have no personnel to mine.
Yeah, and how easy you think it's going to be to get a new crew in there after telling them that cultists used it as their base of operations?
It wasn't cultists.
There
Then
were no
where does
cultists
interdimensional
whatsoever.
fungus that takes over your mind come from?
It's a
A
good
dimensional portal?
You just said that somebody had to get in there and open up a portal and let this stuff in, right?
Well, there's technically two ways that it could happen. Either there was a hole that kind of just developed into the Shadowfell for a temporary time, or somebody declared it. I mean, if you really wanted to be able to get people to keep coming and working at the mine, I wouldn't bring that up, and I would pay off the people who are screaming about it.
Yeah, it's going to be really easy to keep a dozen people quiet after they've already had a couple of hours to go around talking about the fact that they were abducted by fungus-covered cultists.
Look, you asked us to go check out what the problem was and take care of it. We did.
Yes, you did, and I just need to send some people in to verify your claim that everything is safe. I thank you for everything that you've done. I've now got a lot I have to do, including
A lot of paperwork.
and then trying to contact and pay death benefits to family members. So it'll take me. I'll have some people go in and double check the mine, and then I will send word back to your employer. And I don't really know what kind of arrangement she had with you, but I'll let her know if everything checks out.
Cool.
Do you want me to run some damage control real quick on the social side of things for you?
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage because you've already given him quite a headache.
And I was just going to say, I was trying to help him by saying, yeah, we can totally handle the PR nightmare.
After what you guys have brought him, and the mine collapsing, everyone being dead, the fact that someone was probably behind it all, I'll tell you what, I won't do the natural one, but you're not going to get that full 27 because this was a really difficult one. So he's just saying, I think that the best thing we can do is just try to keep this under wraps as much as possible until I can get some investigators in to kind of tell me what they see. But thank you for everything that you have done.
Okay.
I would like to approach the guy and awkwardly hunch over to his eye level and ask him, "Do you know any evil druids?"
Give me a are you trying to do this friendly, or are you being intimidating? Give me the appropriate role.
It's a combination of being friendly, but I'm a little awkward in social situations. So.
Yeah, so if it's persuasion, it'll be a disadvantage. If it's intimidation, it's an advantage.
Accidental intimidation?
He's like...
Don't mind him. Don't mind him.
He helped us deal with the problem.
No.
He's in the middle of being indoctrinated into the group. Things will come about with him, don't worry.
So now that this man is
thank you for
utterly
your time.
terrified...
Maybe we should let this kind gentleman get back to his day.
Yes.
Please?
Have fun.
I'll just take Michael's hand and kind of start folding towards the door. Let's go! Come on.
Okay.
Look at Tarak and say, come on.
On my way out, I'll tell him, and just to correct you, sir, they were not cultists. I would classify them more as zombies.
And let's see if he can kind of snap out. Okay. He kind of shakes his head after all that, and he says, but you also say that somebody brought the fungus in there. Which means
That
it's
doesn't make them
either...
cultists.
So it's either sabotage or somebody wanted this... somebody wanted this to spread. Why would somebody... you do know that there is, in fact, a fungus demon somewhere out there. And you've just told
what?
him...
Well, this is the first I've heard of a fungus demon.
I'm saying you're pretty intelligent, and you said you spent 50 years studying. So, do you give me? You want to do an Arcana roll to see what you know about possible demons?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
Okay. Well, in that case, there's a lot of different demons and devils in the multiverse. And it's entirely possible that somebody out there could worship one that is based on fungus. And people came back saying they were kidnapped by a bunch of fungus-covered people. They just said that they must have been cultists. Now you've told him that, somebody had to let this stuff in. For this, Viserius, I'll let you go ahead and do that, but it's still a 10. You're adding...
Yeah, no. I'll just leave it at that. I have
Yeah.
to state it before I do it. I just
you
forget
do
it.
have certain research materials on you. Like the archive.
The archive. Yep. I was thinking of that.
Yeah. So, you can just ask it what it knows about, fungus cults.
I'll do that at the next opportunity.
Okay. But anyway, as far as your conversation with this guy, he's putting together a lot of random information, and a little bit of it being, from the 7-foot orc, half orc, who just scared the crap out of him. But like I say, he'll send some mine inspectors in who are capable of taking care of themselves, but that'll take a few hours to arrange. He will provide free lodging for the night if you want to spend the night in town, or if you want to hit the road. It's up to you. He just asks that you please don't, try not to spread any rumors, even if you do have, I really want to keep this as quiet as possible, because a lot of travelers come through this town, and if this spreads, it could just cause more trouble for me.
Very well, sir.
Thank you.
And I'll take my leave.
So, what do you guys want to do from here?
I guess Michael and Rihanna are gone.
Yeah, it looks like it.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard of...
Yep, he's lost it.
So you two are going to try to track down the dozen people who you saved and rearrange their memories?
Something.
I'm going to say that's going to require an investigation check from each of you to try to track these people down, because they've had several hours. Rihanna, you're just like, okay, who's the dirtiest person in town? And then you look at your group. Michael, you were able to find one or two, but most of them are, trying to get to their safe place, which could be home, could be out of town. It probably isn't, ranting and raving in the bar, except for, the one guy who just started drinking.
Yes, when we find him, we'll just be like, oh.
And let's see how much he's had to drink.
Yes.
Okay, he's still conscious, but he's just talking to the bartender when you find... And then I woke up and they never spoke, and they just had fungus and all over them, and it's just terrible. I need another. You've had I need another.
Walk up, put my hand on his shoulder. We'll take care of this, barkeep. Don't worry. I'm glad to see that you're okay. Do you remember us?
He's just like, Mildred?
No.
Okay, I don't think I know a Mildred.
Michael comes up, puts his hand on the other guy's other shoulder. Hello.
Are you Mildred?
No,
Okay.
I'm not. I knew a Mildred about five years back, but no, I'm not her.
Okay.
We heard you had quite a quite a tale you're telling people.
Yeah, I was abducted by cultists, and they were going to sacrifice me to.
Oh my.
I don't know what they were just keeping. They were going to sacrifice us to their dark god, or
Wow.
they were just going to drain our blood and eat us. I don't really know. They didn't really talk much.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
But
If you buy me a drink, I'll tell you all about it.
I look at Michael and I like nod for him to like take him over to like a corner booth or something. I'll get some drink.
Yep.
Okay.
I gently ease the man towards a corner booth.
Yeah, that's not a problem. It's like,
And I'll be like, Barkeep,
I was just minding my own business
email.
one day, and
I'll
yeah.
get 3 ales from
Okay,
like Barkeep.
we'll call that 5 silver to
Okay.
get all that. He begins this interesting tale about how he was out minding his own business, doing whatever it is that he does. He's drunkenly vague about everything, and he's getting worse as he talks.
Before I leave the barkeep and
Mhm.
go over to them, I'm gonna lean over to the barkeep, kind of look back at them and say, "We're part of a team that was sent to investigate goings on at the mine. There was actually some weird vapors that were making people feel a little weird, and I think it really affected his memory."
Yeah, I heard there was
Yeah.
some commotion out there.
Yeah,
Some of the
yeah, I
miners
think
went
there was-
missing.
Yeah, I think they all just kind of got stoned out of their minds and had some wicked hallucinations.
Oh man!
Yeah, so.
All right,
But-
give me a persuasion roll to see, or no, it needs to be deception. It's not a difficult one, but it's deception. You got it at advantage. Okay. So yeah, he's like, man, yeah, mine work is it's just not safe.
Oh no, it can be quite dangerous sometimes. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, unfortunately, I think someone kind of went a little loco, and
Yeah.
we rescued who we could that we could get out, but then there was a big explosion, so we just had to go.
He's like, he'll give you the drinks on the house, for that.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet of you.
And
I give a little smile,
Alright,
and I'll go back over and join Michael and
okay.
this very drunk dude. And I'll
Yeah,
just
who
kinda
is
give him
not.
my
So
little-
I fought them off for hours, and there was 20 of them, and I had already killed 50 of them, but then they overwhelmed me. And
Wow.
he's just getting drunker as he talks.
Sir, do you live nearby? Could we maybe help you home?
He's like, yeah, I live in the White House. And you know that white houses or white paint is pretty common.
Does
Maybe-
it have the columns in front of it and the 2 big wings on either side?
No, I'm not a wizard. I don't put wings on my house. I knew a guy who put wings on his house once. He flew away. He's just gone. Basically, after being held for a couple days with very little food, he started drinking. You can imagine what that has done for his constitution.
Oh yeah. Michael, I say we help this gentleman home where he can sleep this off, and and I'll kind of go back up to the barkeep and say, "Do you know this gentleman and where he may live? He's a little too inebriated to give us directions, but he clearly needs assistance getting home."
He's like, no, he's a hunter that comes to town sometimes. I can't really say I know where he lives. And
Okay.
at this point, he can't even walk under his own power. So it might be easier just to get him a room here and let him sleep it off. Because he's basically half passed out already.
Yeah, and I'm a weakling. I couldn't do much to carry him, so.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we'll just get him a room here. I don't know how
Okay.
much that's going to cost.
Actually, in this case, with everything he's been through, the bartender says that it's not a problem. Let's just get him where he won't cause any more trouble.
Oh, that's so very kind of you, sir.
He can acknowledge that he knows that bad things have happened today. It's just let's make sure he doesn't hurt himself.
That's very kind of you. Where would you like us to take him?
Oh, he'll handle it. He's used to dealing with drunks anyway.
Okay,
So he
thank you.
manages to take them off somewhere, but yeah, he's about ready to pass out at this point.
Cool. Well, I'll go back over and sit down, and I guess after he drags him off, we'll just sit there and finish our drinks.
Okay.
I'll tell Michael what I told the barkeep, figuring that you tell a believable story that gets around, and then maybe it might mitigate the issue.
Yeah, consistency really helps with these sort of stories. What were the rest of you up to while Michael and Rihanna were, running ahead to do damage control? Much better than you did for Oliver, by the way. That guy's just terrified.
I probably just headed back to where they provided our rooms.
Okay. So that'd probably be the same tavern inn. This isn't, such a nice big town that, they tend to double up like they often do. So, all right, in that case, everybody who goes back there sees, Oliver and, not Oliver, I'm reading this, Michael and Rihanna, finishing off drinks.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, hello, sorry. Kinda needed a drink.
No, we're
Or
quite
three.
used to wandering off.
Oh, I know. I didn't figure you guys would be too worried.
Not really. Can't really get far here.
I'm going to approach him and ask him, did you find the evil druid?
Sweetie, you need to sit down. We have to have a talk.
I will go ahead and find a seat, an appropriate size seat.
Michael will drag 3 seats over to make space for both this guy and Trilak.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you. It's a little complicated. This evil druid that we were talking about earlier is part of a powerful group. And we're pretty sure, if it was her, great. If it wasn't, then we have no idea who caused this. But it's not so easy as just walking in and saying, hey, where's the evil druid? So, yes, we can get you to where she would be if you would like to help us, because this same evil druid and her compatriots have caused a lot of misery and suffering and
We also
murder.
don't know 100% sure if it was her or not.
Right.
It
But-
could just be a coincidence. I don't really
Yes,
believe in
it could be.
coincidences, but
Oh, I do. So, yeah. If you'd like to travel back to Wildom with us, you are welcome to join us.
I'm going to ponder this idea for a little bit.
Would you like a drink, dear?
Oh, no, I have a water skin. I'm good.
Okay.
If I may, you know the drug, rage, it isn't components ogre, testosterone. Is that it?
It is.
So, if we think about it logically, why would Azir leave those? Oh, my apologies.
No names if we can help it.
Why would she leave them in the with the fungus when she could use them to create more rage? And from what I've heard, it is lessening the amount of rage being sold. So either she's running low on supplies, or she's just not a very good businesswoman. But I will think of the
or
first
maybe
one,
it's running its course too.
Yeah.
probably. So
Perhaps the creator of Rage has moved on to something else that deems more worth his time.
well, isn't that creator what we...
What?
You cut off.
Isn't the creator, who is, Victor? Or is he herself?
Victor's the creator. She's the
Well, it
master.
was originally designed to be used in warfare, but since it's so unstable and unable to be controlled, it's not really being put to that kind of use anymore.
Maybe
Now
it's-
unsavory people have gotten a hold of it and are selling it in the street.
No. Wait a second. You said it was unstable. When was the last time that we had anybody die from using rage?
When we went after you, there was some thugs that used it.
Yeah, but were there reports of people then using rage and not dying from it?
I don't know. I don't think
Well,
the
I
city's too
mean,
concerned
yeah,
with people. I was gonna say I don't think the city really keeps track of that kind of thing because they don't care about what happens to those in the steampunk and lower skin areas.
Yeah, but it would explain if it did happen that way. If they managed to stabilize it, that would explain why they suddenly cut it off because they were just
I
using
mean, if
it.
the creator couldn't, I don't imagine a bunch of less intelligent people could. Like, no offense, but
What about this Mr. Wolf? Or Mr. Claw? Is it
Yeah,
Wolf or
that's-
Claw?
Claw.
Is it Wolf or
I
Claw?
think.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was still a
Math
loose
ago.
end. We had to investigate. We hadn't gotten to that.
Well, hey, look at Trevor. Didn't you say that... Or who said it? Was it me, you?
I don't know what.
Something about this Mr. Claw and Rage. He had an affiliation, I cannot remember.
You're asking Danny to remember something from weeks ago, and she has no
hold
idea.
on. I got some notes, yo. I think.
Yeah, some of you are better organized than I am because I can't even
Well,
remember who I named some of these people.
Mr. Claw is the one who was kind of taking control and restricting the distribution of rage on the streets.
Oh, that's right. He was buying it all, right?
Yeah, he was buying it all, taking it off the thing. And there was this Ridley Crane who was like managing it for him. And that's who we were trying to find. But we got distracted by the bone claw thing that was killing people.
Mm.
Yeah, you know. We're like raccoons with shiny objects.
Squirrel.
So yeah, that's what I know about that. So I don't know. I think that our mortal enemies are no longer dealing rage. I think that has moved on. And like Trevor said, either it has finally stabilized and that's why they are distributing it so that they can see the effects. Which, if that's the case, that's very fucking frightening.
So,
And we also know that they're bringing in lots and lots and lots of black powder. So I'm a little concerned.
yes.
I don't think the rage and black powder are coinciding, but it is interesting.
Mm-hmm. Because now all of a sudden they're protecting these shipments of black powder like it's,
Right.
you know.
Well, they
Yeah.
were
A valuable
they
and
were.
unstable resource.
Well, whatever.
They
Well-
had been, so
Michael, you were the one who knew Darby as a contact who took this job, right?
yeah.
What did you know of her? I mean, who her friends were, who she associated with, who she possibly would have as enemies. I mean, because Mr. Jewell brought up a very valid point that maybe somebody was trying to sabotage her. And he said that she'd been acting very paranoid and weird lately. So, I mean, it could be sabotage. It could be that she made a deal with somebody and realized that it was a bad idea.
She wasn't exactly supportive of the throne's choice to overlook her relative as a means of marrying to secure the legitimacy of the throne.
Oh, yes.
That is
But-
kind of a running theme.
Oh yeah, it's sort of one of the things that I ran into when I was looking over the entirety of who would be quite against the throne.
That's
A
quite a
lot
few
of
people.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Trust me, if I had actually, no, probably not. Yeah.
If I had a copper for every person that I could just stumble across who didn't like the throne because they were some uptight noble who didn't like the fact that he did something that he wanted to do, then yeah, I'd have enough platinum to be able to buy my own continent by now.
Well, I think it's more or less it's because he's going ability of this country. He's going somewhere else. And, as small and closed-minded as his place is, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it doesn't, but you know what I mean.
What do you mean he's going somewhere else?
He's marrying outside of who tradition would say. I don't know. I don't understand nobility. I mean, yeah, I may be one, but do I look like somebody who'd be part of an arranged marriage? No.
Trevor, darling, it's okay. We know. You just
no, she's lesser nobility, but it makes sense when you know their history together. They both knew each other for quite a while. Originally, he wasn't even supposed to be on the throne. Remember, he's
a lot of people don't think he should be king, but
yeah, and he probably thought for a long time he wasn't going to see the throne, and then something happened, and I don't think the original king is dead.
You don't think so?
No. It just happened way too quick. I think he was either poisoned and it actually worked, or Victor poisoned him and paralyzed him and he's keeping him somewhere.
What use would that be?
Well, think about it. You can pretty much use one and keep the other one in the background.
Yes, but why keep him alive? Like, Victor has been known to bring people back from the dead.
But there's only so long a corpse cannot stay fresh before it no longer is able to be resurrected, and somebody just decides I'm not going to go on. But yeah, in this case, there's also the fact that if you keep them alive, you can brainwash them,
manipulate them.
Well, interesting theory, but the funeral was public. I was there. My brother was there. Hundreds of people were there. Yeah. Yes.
Oh no, I know it was public. I made quite a killing off of some of the songs that I wrote for it and performed out in the squares. But there are multiple ways to disguise things.
Quick question, guys. Since someone is coming over to bring you more drinks, are you having this conversation when the drinks show up, or do you all go quiet when the server shows up?
No, we go on to talking about the weather when the drinks show up.
Just checking.
Or how crazy that mine job was.
Just want to know what rumors are to spread. Okay, carry on.
Okay. Well, all this talk of royalty and political stuff and what could be going on, what is going on, it's all interesting. It's good to talk about, but if I'm to be honest, I don't see the point of it right now. I don't mean any offense to anyone, but I don't see how this connects. I think we first need to go and cut off our loose ends first, before we theorize and brainstorm. We are trying to make a book with only a few pages. We can't. It's not going to work. Our previous attempts at trying to bring this V, as I'll name him in public, to justice isn't going anywhere, to be honest. We know that he is in charge of every bad happenstance that is going on in the city. The
I looked-
It's not necessarily true, though.
I looked
I
at
mean, yeah, he's a piece of shit, but
I looked at Tarak. Do you have a way of purging something from somebody if they think they might have it?
Have you slept with the wrong person again?
Why does everybody
It
state
is
this
a
about me?
Joke. It is a joke. You'd think a bard would take a joke.
No,
I
no,
do not
Marge.
have a way of purging anything, but let me think about that one. Maybe I can come up with something.
Yeah, I kind of need it quickly. Because I've got a mean headache coming on.
Oh, God, me too.
Thought it was just me in the city. Let's leave this place and find a park or field.
Could we not leave for a moment? Do you two actually have a headache?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
okay. Didn't creepy mind control Fungus start with a headache?
Yes, that's why I'm saying, do you
Yes,
have a
it
way
did.
of purging?
So we don't need to go to the city.
Restoration.
We are not going to the city because if we go to the city, it could spread if you two are infected.
Well, can you fit
I
this?
moved my seat away.
I have. Let me think. I do have a spell that could work. Though. Yes, actually, I do. Now, if it does not go away after I cast this spell, then we have a serious problem.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause I don't want to be a zombie.
Michael, come here.
Michael comes over.
I cast Lesser Restoration on him.
Okay.
Do you feel any better?
All right. Well, you know what it's like when you can feel a migraine or a really bad headache coming on, and you take something right away. It doesn't stop it right away. It's still going to take time to know if this is really helping or not.
I'd cast it on Reyna as well and put us into observation somewhere.
Yes.
Are we the only two that have a headache?
I do not. Tarak?
Serious? Sorry?
No, I feel
have a-
quite fine.
I have
Thank
a
you.
headache coming on.
You too. Oh boy.
Right. I think we need to do this.
Yeah. Hey, that staff that Jeslyn had. Can either one of you two use it?
It's and with the party loot, we'll need to double check what capabilities it had.
Where is that at? Is it under items?
Yes, items party,
Oh.
staff of healing.
Oh, items party. There we go.
Yeah. So just a second, let me double check what it can do.
Yeah, there's no information. It just says Jesslyn.
Yeah, she was the one who had it. I'm trying to check to see
Oh, okay.
what, because I think it's in the SRD. Okay, it can be attuned to by a bard, a cleric, or a druid, and it has cure wounds, lesser restoration, and mass cure wounds, and it works on 10 charges a day. Lesser restoration is 2 charges.
Okay, well, you guys just cast that on at least 2 of us.
Be right back.
And Tarak needs it also, I think. He said he's got a headache going on.
So anyone who wants to spend, about an hour or so attuning to it, the staff can be yours. or if you have enough lesser restoration to go around.
What does it do?
Staff of Healing has 10 charges per day. Let me just paste it into chat right quick, because that'll be easier than me trying to read it. Basically, it's a staff with healing charges in it.
Alrighty.
And Jeslyn had it for a while, but when she left it with you. And the broom also.
Yay,
I just left everything, that she held, with her name tagged in it in the party loot. Hand it out as you see fit.
When she flew off, did she keep her earring?
She never actually got a chance to pick up her earring.
Oh, okay. So we will have an extra one so that if we make it back to the city, and our druid friend wants to stay with us, we can give him one.
Did we ever give Trilak his earring?
Yes.
We left him with the note.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So for convenience sake, the only one who left one behind was Jeslyn because she was, leaving.
I'm back.
All right.
So, do people have the ability to cast this lesser restoration on 3 people?
I mean, if anything, we might be able to go to a temple in the city, too.
Well, we're like a couple days away from the city.
Well, I mean, this isn't a huge town, but there is still clergy here.
Okay, well, how many lesser restoration spells do you have, Trilak?
Well, I only have one remaining, and that is for you.
So you had 2. Okay.
No,
Yes.
I have food.
I did use a spell.
Okay. So you cast it on Michael and myself.
During the fight.
Well, the staff, if somebody wants to attune to it, lesser restoration as well.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
I'm going to cast it
Would
on
be
you.
willing?
And that doesn't involve you, Tarak.
You're breaking up, Matt. I can't
Yeah,
understand.
you broke up.
Yeah, I would.
Matt, I think your connection is going out.
So, okay, yeah, cast it on me. Take some time attune to this
From
staff
what I
and
gather, you've cast
help
it
our
on
friend.
Michael and Rihanna.
Yeah. And if he wouldn't mind sitting and doing the attunement, he could help our new friend.
Like I said, there's at least 3 of you in the group who can attune to the staff.
Yeah,
I am not one of them.
me neither.
And Tarek, if you want to leave the cursed city and go back out to nature, you can always do that too.
Yeah, because I'm unfamiliar with why I'm getting a headache, so I'm going to go find a nice little woodsy area to go hang out in. Hopefully, I'm taking the headache is just based on being around people.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with him though, and
Let's go for a walk.
Yeah,
let's all go
do that.
for a walk.
Okay.
And as we walk, I will explain to him what we think the headaches are caused, so that he understands.
Okay.
So these people that were in the mine that were infected, the reports were that people were complaining of headaches,
Sorry.
and then nothing happened, and then no more contact from them. So we think we've been infected by fungus. I don't suppose you can do a lesser restoration, can you, Tarek?
Give me about an hour or two, and I'll be able to cast Lesser Restoration.
Okay. If you want to find a place where you can meditate and do that, that's not a problem.
Sure. We don't want to leave him by himself, though, so I think we'll kind of all go as a group and kind of just sit and...
Okay. So you have an audience for your meditation.
Enjoy
I
some
will take
fresh
my
air.
staff of woodland and plant it in the ground and turn it into a giant tree while I sit down and meditate.
Okay. Over the course of the next hour, Michael and Rihanna, your headaches are starting to, fade away. They never really got to debilitating status, but, you're feeling better.
Good.
And
I don't want to disturb him, but I'm kind of curious how he's feeling.
Tarek, after, about an hour, maybe an hour and a half has passed, because you are able to alter your spell list as you need to.
Okay, and I will cast Lesser Restoration on myself.
Okay. And from have the rest of you mention how you're feeling after time has gone by, because...
Yeah, feeling
Okay.
a little better.
All right, so
Oh, that's good.
within an hour or two, your headache will break. You still think maybe it has something to do with, with being inside of that building. Actually, that's up to you if you want to think that. It's just fun for me.
Yeah, I just kind of played the odds. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Better safe than sorry. Does anyone else have a headache?
No.
No, I'm
I'm
good.
feeling quite well.
Now I'm kind of concerned about those people that we freed. How many of them, perhaps?
I
Could
will
be.
say that you guys were in, that with the biggest mound of fungus, and it took you a good while, to set it all on
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
Those people, they were in there for days.
Okay. It's really funny, Andy, is when you sent me that message, I actually am starting to get an actual real headache.
Oh,
Oh no.
So I thought that was kind of funny. I'm like, God dang it. I'm like,
I got
"Alright."
good timing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just
Getting
tired.
to the character.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was just listening to Michael and Trilike theorize.
Well, I tuned them out. Okay, everybody feels better. This is great.
You still have some free rooms at the inn.
Yeah.
Or you can hit the road now.
Did we get to eat our dinner? Or did the headaches interrupt our dinner? Because
We can say that you guys sat around and ate while you were talking.
awesome.
What time of the day is it?
It's getting into evening at this point, so if you hit the road now, you'll be traveling at night.
I don't think
I
that's
think it might be a good idea to give news more time to reach the city before we go wandering back.
Yeah, because Oliver did have to arrange for, like I said, some people to go in and inspect the mine, make sure that you've done the job you said you've done, and then he has to send word back to his employer.
Yeah. So
We can head back in the morning.
I don't know. Did we have anything else we needed to do?
I think that was it.
Yeah. I believe we've concluded our business here. But I do require some rest.
Yeah. Well, I say we stay the night.
Okay. So,
Do they
yes.
give us all rooms, or are they expecting us to bunk up?
We're going to say that Oliver has sort of arranged that. Well, you're the only woman left in the group, actually, so you can get your room to yourself. Everybody else, it's 2 beds to a room, so there's. Trying to think.
5 guys.
Yeah.
5 guys and me. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mind sharing a room.
Well,
I'll go with you.
anyway, for simplicity's sake, we'll say everybody can get their own room, because I don't really feel like trying to do math right now. Not beyond what I need to do for the dice. So he makes sure that everybody gets a room that's billed as part of the mines tab.
Cool.
I want to make sure I grab my staff before we went back to the inn, and I don't feel comfortable sleeping on bed, so I'm just going to sleep on the floor.
Okay. Well, it's a quiet night, and the next morning you're able to, get some breakfast before you leave. Everybody's feeling fine. Your spells are refreshed. Nobody is sprouting any spores.
Yay!
Yee, I feel so much better. Good night rest. Does the body good.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has any urge to go and lay down in a tunnel where
Nope.
it's dark and humid.
No, and I didn't even run off and go do anything to get me in trouble tonight, guys.
I like to think that's because you were worried that you might break out into, mold.
Yeah, I was a little worried. So was the plan to wait until we hear from Mr. Jewell? Or are we just heading back to the city?
Well, we could go check back with him before we head back to the city.
That probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Would you mind doing that, Viserius? I think that some of the rest of us kind of made him uncomfortable and slightly intimidated feeling.
Just a little.
Certainly.
Oh, I can go talk to him again. He seemed to like me.
No. You did so well last time. You don't have to go again ever.
Oh yeah, no, you were.
Yeah, I'll grab my stuff and head out the door.
Okay. So you go back to the office where he is, buried under a pile of paperwork, but he does assure you that he sent the message on that the mine was cleared. There was, some a slight cave-in in the back room because that was, a newer tunneled area, and the fire did, make it less stable. But there's a lot of dead bodies, but none of them got up and attacked anybody. So as far as he can tell, you have done the job that you said you were sent here to deal with. And as you all recall, Miss Darby was extremely close to the chest vest, whatever she was trying to not show her hand when she was talking to you and hired you for this job. And that seems to extend even to him. So he doesn't know anything about what payment you're owed. He just knows that you've done what you were sent here to do. And
Would you have any paperwork stating that our job was done here?
I can write you a note, but I've sent word on to her. He just scribbles on a piece of paper, mine secure, and then he puts his signature on it and hands it to you.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, I wish you well.
Have a good day, and I'll leave.
Okay.
And I'll tuck that note into my bag of holding.
Okay. All right. So now you guys want to head back to town? Or to the capital?
Yeah.
Okay.
Peace.
It is going to be a couple days trip, so I guess
Was Tarek joining us?
Yes, I am going to be joining you.
okay.
Okay.
I figure you'll be the shortest distance between me and this evil that is corrupting the lands.
So Tarek,
Okay.
when they bring you over to their wagon, they have a metallic horse pulling their cart. I don't think you guys ever named the metallic horse, but I just think that's still fun.
Stumpy.
Gizmo?
Silver?
Hi-ho, Silver.
Away.
So you're able to get a good distance. Like I said, the road is generally safe, but you will need to stop and camp for the night. So whoever wants to handle the night watches, just give me a perception
Instant
roll.
Fortress.
Yes, that'll work. So,
I'll be up at the top. I'll do the first night.
okay. Just give me a roll, please. Perception roll. It's just to see if you see anything. This isn't, meant to be complicated. You guys do seem to like to, make everything more dramatic.
I'll take second watch.
Okay.
I'll be with him.
All right. So
I'll take third.
Okay. So just give me some perception rolls, guys. I mean, you're inside of a giant, adamantine fortress.
I thought we were like on the top part.
Hold on.
Oh well.
Are we all taking second watch?
I guess.
Nobody sleeping?
Is anybody rolling, or is my roll 20 just freezing?
I rolled.
Don't roll.
All right, let
Yeah,
me.
but I'm on third watch, so I rolled for third watch.
I'm just not.
okay.
I think my roll 20 is freezing up because I'm not seeing anything. I'm trying to reset it now.
Sure, everybody wants to help out everybody else's watch, but they let Rihanna have one on her own. Are you sure that was a good idea, guys?
Because we like Rihanna.
That wouldn't have been much help.
My roll 20 has completely glitched up. I'm trying to get it back.
Ew, I'm gonna take more
Yeah,
vitamin
Michael's
D.
camera's gone. And
Just
he's
imagine.
gone.
Those rolls are because Rihanna blinked. And we're all taking a turn because she blinked.
Yeah.
Now I can see what you guys got.
Yay!
Okay. So,
I didn't see shit.
well, it is honestly,
No, Miss Case, my papa.
so I think the most interesting thing that is going to happen, tonight is that Tiberius, the micro griffin, flies in and out as he is patrolling his territory, hunting for his own food, staking claim. He comes back with, some little things that he just drops off and then flies off again. They tend to range from sticks to, leftovers.
Ooh.
Nothing too bad. He might come
Where
in
did
with
you get a chicken leg? We didn't even have chicken.
exactly. He comes back in with a chicken leg and drops it off. And he's just very proud of it. That's his own personal little trophy.
No.
I like to think that's what Trevor's really doing with him. Anyway, but it is a quiet night. Nothing disturbs you. You all get a good rest. And next day, again, you can head back. And you are able to get back to the main capital. So let me bring us back over to the capital map. As soon as I remember. Yeah, there it is. It's been a while since I've used it. So you all come back to the main city. And they are doing, the normal inspections at the front gate, but
Excuse me.
No.
And if we don't,
oh no, sorry, I've got different things. Okay, anyway, so yeah, they're just doing some quick inspections, but it's actually not like the normal guard. There is actually some I guess, Trevor, you would recognize them as like reliable mercenaries that sometimes take contracts for the city. And I'm just getting all these random messages all of a sudden. So it's nothing really major to it. They're still just doing their normal inspections, but they're not quite as worried about collecting, taxes for people coming into the city. Although they do, when they come over, it's like, oh, Lieutenant, and you recognize this. I had her name. Hold on a minute. I never know
Not
when you guys are
prepared.
actually going to get back. Yeah, like I don't know when you guys are going to get back to the city. So, I had her name somewhere. It's okay. So for the sake of while I'm looking it up, it's someone who recognizes you, and once I find her name, I'll send it to you. But she's just like, Lieutenant, good to see you're back. I just need to see your travel papers.
Sure. I get him over.
You didn't actually have any travel papers because
I thought we got some from what's her face.
this was not an official job. She didn't give you any paperwork.
No, we screwed
shit,
the
that's
pooch on
right.
this one.
So,
We were just out doing some work for a friend of ours. Is there some kind of issue, or
well, this is pretty standard, for when people come in and out. But she does a little bit of a sleight of hand, and that you are able to notice. But basically, she just takes a blank sheet of paper, kind of looks it over, folds it back up, and hands it to you, all official-like, because, she doesn't want to deal with any headaches, and she kind of knows you. But she does still have to do the inspection of the cart and, checks everything out, make sure that none of you are bringing, open carrying your weapons in the city. The same rules always apply.
Mine are all packed up and away.
Yeah. And
and we explained that to Tarek before we got to town.
yes, Tarek, there's no open carrying in the city because there have been a few incidents inside of the city.
Nothing to do with us.
Yeah, I only have my wooden staff, so I should be okay.
They actually will warn you that even carrying the staff can be problematic. It depends on the guard and how they're feeling that day, but they ask that you please stow it somewhere when you're walking around inside the city.
we can stow it on the cart for now.
Yeah. She's a little bit more lenient because, she'll joke that, well, she doesn't want to be seen going too nice on the guy who can potentially, have her lose her contract with the city, but she still has to do her job. When she gets to the horse, she's marveling over the horse, and she asks you where it came from.
We point to the maker's mark on it. There.
Oh, this came from Tink. She looks over at a couple of the other soldiers that are working under her and says, "Be very careful, but inspect that thing thoroughly. I'm sorry, Lieutenant, but it'll just be a moment."
I got nothing to do today.
Okay, thank you. And they are very careful about checking the mechanical horse for hidden compartments, and they're also being extremely cautious so that it doesn't kill them all. But after a few moments, they'll clear you, and you're able to enter the city.
Well, Trevor, I guess it's nice to know that people are afraid of you enough to let you slide.
It's not me they're personally afraid of, but I guess I'll
Oh
take
yeah, I
the
forgot
compliment.
your brother. Personally, I think she's a thing for you.
Did you bring me a toy? Sorry, he's being
the guards?
Cannon.
Kind of, maybe. I don't
cute.
Okay.
know.
You okay, Trevor?
That was not Trevor, that was Danny to Kitten. Because he literally brought me his mousey toy.
Okay, I think I'm no longer the one who's the craziest in the group.
That is still debatable.
He
We're
dragged us from the
going
bedroom.
straight back to the manor, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Darby
So, I
knows how
guess-
to contact us, I believe, so.
Yeah. So Tarek, that we have a home here in the city that we use as our home base. That if he wants to stay with us, I looked at Viserius. I hope that's okay.
Yes, it's no problem at all.
Okay.
Okay. And there will be, we'll say, like, a meeting with Darby will be arranged later that evening. So, like I said, you guys get a couple of hours of rest before you need to go meet with her if there's anything you want to do.
I want to go to the nearest magic shop. Well, not the nearest one here. I already had this planned out.
There are two main ones, so...
Yeah, I want to go to the Brass Emporium,
Okay.
and I'm going to ask them how much, if there's anything I could trade for, and I'll show them the wand that I have that I don't need.
You mean the broken one?
Oh, well, then there will be 2 wands that I want to trade in.
Well, the damaged one, he's already said no because he does recognize that it was an imperfect wand, and he does not. He will sell the apprentice-made stuff, but there's never a refund on it. So he figures this falls into that category.
Okay. Well, then I break out the wand of the War Mage +1.
Mm-hmm.
So would you consider trading anything of value for this?
I'm trying to just double check what that one. I think that one was.
That's not the one that I'm using now.
Yeah.
Absorb spells.
I'm just trying
That's
to remind myself what its rarity is, so that way. Okay, that's an uncommon item. I'd be willing to trade it for something of the like.
And how much would you value that at?
Where did all my notes go? This is all for pit fighting. Ah, here we go. Uncommon. That's going to be around 300 gold, give or take.
Okay. Well, could I trade it for that collecting coin?
Sure, he'll allow that. And that's a simple transaction right there.
Okay. Well, that'll be all. Thank you very much, sir.
And thank you.
And I'll head back to the estate.
Oh, okay. All right. Did anybody else want to do anything?
I needed to go check up on someone.
Okay. Is that a conversation that you want to have now, or did you just want to send it to me?
Just yeah, a conversation I'd like to have now.
Okay. All right. So you know where to go to meet everybody.
One second. So I walk up to them.
Hmm?
Is everything going okay?
Yes. Everything's it's picking up, and it's always a little bit slow when things first start, but we've got distribution in place.
Good. We might have a few guests coming around at some point in the future. So,
Well, we've got some security in place. Do I need to hire some more?
No. Not hostile. Friends.
Okay, so do I need to have some samples on hand? Because I've really been letting distribution handle most of that. I'm willing to talk to some investors on your behalf.
If you could, that would be good.
Oh, okay.
But they are not buyers. They are going to help us with business.
He kind of gives you an odd look.
They are going to help us get more rage.
Okay. You know, if you want me to actually be helpful, you're going to have to quit being cryptic. We're cryptic with the people that we want to keep at arm's length, but if you want me to do this job, you're going to have to be straight up with me. Otherwise, it cuts into profits. Because if I have to work on limited information, you're going to get what you get.
It is understandable. I have some friends who I acquired before I started becoming Mr. Claw. And they are currently unaware of this fact that I am Mr. Claw. They don't suspect a thing as of yet. I guess they assume that the cleric could not do such a thing. But I'd like you to help me inform them that the drug that I am creating is not harmful and is more of a potion than a drug.
Yeah, we can do that. This is definitely not really under the drug category. That's why I'm able to get some. We're just not openly promoting it, but it's going through a somewhat reputable distribution source.
Good. I think I know one that has a lot of rage that we can use if any more is needed.
We got our formula pretty well down. I mean, there's still some that's being on the streets, but it's going at a pretty high price because it's getting to be rare now. We haven't been selling any of ours, but we do have we got a couple of vials left over if you want them for anything.
I'll take 3 if I can.
Yeah, he tells you that it's a grand total of 5, and they don't need them anymore.
Yeah, I'll take all 5.
Okay, you have 5 vials of rage.
Oh,
Of Nature's Wrath.
Oh, he doesn't have those handy. He had leftover vials of rage. The Wrath
Rage.
is currently is either being made or it's already at the distributor.
So you do not need these anymore.
No, we're done with those.
Destroy them.
Okay.
I do not want that. on the
He'll
streets
he'll
anymore.
arrange for those to be destroyed. I can see if we've got any vials of Wrath ready, but like I said, just the production is going to be slower until we can get more people who are competent enough to recreate it. So
Right.
we've got a limited supply, and most of it is with distribution right now. And because we're trying to keep things, basically, I can't. He doesn't know who you are. You can't just walk in and get it for free from him. He will sell it to you at the normal price. That's to keep you guys separated. I'm sure you understand the need for secrecy.
Yes, of
Okay.
course. So,
no, that's my toe, you little jackass.
Trevor, you might want to mute your
Oh, shit.
mic.
Sorry.
right. So, any vials that we do not need, remove them off the streets.
That won't be a problem. We'll arrange to have them destroyed later. We got to figure out what how to make sure it doesn't, because we don't want to, infect wild animals or anything, but we'll figure out how to get rid of it.
Alright? Now, take care. The visit will be soon-ish. Within maybe a day or 2.
Okay. Unless I hear otherwise, I will treat them like anybody else that comes around wanting to buy in on the action.
With respect, of course.
Of course, I'm not looking to offend anybody, but I also don't hand out information.
Right. I will see you at a later date.
Okay.
And very good job at keeping silent when they
It,
approached you.
it's pretty much what I do.
Good. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Take care.
Okay.
You didn't see that one, did you, fuckers?
I was actually waiting for you
No,
to keep
we
it.
did not.
I figured you were going to keep it secret a little while longer.
I knew there was
I mean,
something
you thought
about
I was
her.
going to try undercover secret a long time too.
What was his secret?
He's gay.
No.
Jimmy, you found me out. No, I'm kidding.
The kittens were up front. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, so Rihanna, we're gonna jump over to you, and then we'll do the meeting
That
with
was awesome.
Darby. But you've managed to find yourself in another noble's home, and is got some nice stuff. You're currently going hog wild in their collection of nice elven made vases, and there's you hear a voice behind you. Oh, this one is particularly nice. You mind if I keep it for myself? And you turn around, and there's a very handsome man who's looking at a statue of a dancer. It's like, this one suits me very well.
What the fuck's happening? This is me out of character. I don't know what the hell's going on. Okay.
That's pretty much what Rihanna has going through her head at the moment.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Oh, come now, Rihanna. You know me very well. And this voice is very, very familiar to you, but you can't quite place it. You've always known me, child. It's in the blood.
What? Who are you?
Well, now, I'm not just going to go around handing out my name that easily.
Do you know me?
He just gives you a smile of, aren't there just kind of gestures to all these things? So many lovely things in this world, and isn't it basically our purpose to take them all for ourselves?
Well, I only take what I need.
Oh, now where's the fun in that? Restraint is so disappointing.
Well, I haven't needed anything for a long time.
It's not about need, child. It's about greed. That's what really drives you, isn't it?
No. No. I don't want things just to have them. Everything that I've been doing, it's a means to an end. Sure, I like shiny baubles, but the big stuff? The only thing I really want that drives me now is vengeance.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But you can have some fun along the way.
Oh, and I have been. I mean, clearly you must already know this.
He just smiles at you knowingly.
So you probably also know what happened to us a few days ago.
No offense, but you're not that interesting just yet. You have potential, but I'm not really going to tune in all the time.
Well, I thought I was going to lose my life to some god-awful nether fungus.
Oh, you're not that weak.
Oh, no. So what is it you want with me?
I want nothing, except to see you grow into your full potential. What you do with it is, of course, up to you.
So are you the reason why I can do some of these things now that I couldn't do before?
Again, that's entirely you. I just opened the door.
Kind of a ancestral awakening of sorts.
Of sorts.
Yeah. I don't know what good it's going to do me with what I do, but it's interesting. Some of it has been useful so far.
He's just watching you while you talk.
You guys' comments are killing me. I can't look at them.
So what did you think of my little escapade into the treasure trove of fun little items that I acquired from?
Oh, you can do better than that.
Oh, really?
I have faith in you. If you wanted to, you could do something truly epic. You just need to indulge yourself in your newfound gifts a little more.
Probably true.
You guys are assholes. Shut up.
And he's, again, sort of looking at some of the art. These mortals are capable of interesting things from time to time.
It's not the mortal things I'm interested in. The things that have
the immortals are
essence.
truly capable of some wonders.
Mm.
Is that what
Where
you're
are
striving for?
Immortality?
Greatness is a better term.
I don't know about greatness. I want to destroy someone.
You should never hold yourself back. I mean, destruction is its own form of beauty if you do it right.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yes.
do love it, a good show.
Okay. You said I have potential. Okay.
And what you do with it, that's up to you. Will you
Yes.
take these gifts and entertain me, or will you just be one more forgotten grain of sand on the ocean floor? And with that, you wake up in your bed.
Shit.
Yeah, I did not
I'm
read
so
any
hard
of your
to-
guys' comments either. I don't want to know what you people are into.
I'm trying so hard to be good.
But it feels so good to be bad.
And with that last thought of I'm trying so hard to be good, you get the echo of don't hold yourself back.
Silas is so proud.
As he chomps on somebody's brain.
So
so
did
horribly
anybody
nice.
have anything else before the meeting?
Don't think so.
Okay.
No.
I will,
So
however, take my little dragon shard that I pocketed from the mine,
okay.
and I'm going to put it in my hidey hole.
Okay.
Shut up, Kyle.
Kyle, get your head out of the gutter. right.
I hope you spit ginger beer all over yourself.
Ow! It came out my nose!
You deserve it. Anyway,
Oh, I can see Kyle
so
again.
later
Oh,
that
that's funny.
evening, you're able to meet. Again, Darby doesn't meet you in a high class establishment, but what she considers to be the low key type of place is still, in the North Galt area. It is a quiet location, but she will arrange to meet you in a local tavern that's quiet enough at the time of day. So, who all wants to go there?
I do.
Me.
Me.
Okay, so everybody.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang with the majority of people.
I guess Flynn wants to go too, so.
Okay, so everybody is there. Rihanna is at a table off to the side.
Yeah. So before we leave, I'm gonna go to Tarek and I'm gonna say to him, this was meant for one of our other friends who decided that they wanted to leave and not be a part of this anymore. It's a way for us to communicate over distance. I mean, it's not long distance, but it's an effective way for us to be able to communicate. Apparently, they don't like my wandering off myself. So we had to get these things. So if you would like this, so that if you need to communicate with us, you may have this.
I'm going to grab it, kind of examine it, and I don't know what it is, so I guess I'll stick it in my pocket.
It's actually a communication earring.
It's an earring, and I show him mine and say, we wear them, and then when we want to talk, we just have to touch it, and everybody who has one can hear what we say.
Yeah, within a few miles, you can communicate with everybody. Like,
and I'll say, "Here, let me show you," and I'll take it back from him, and I'll motion for him to bend down because I'm short, and I'll put it on him if he allows it.
Is it a clip-on, or did he just get his ear pierced?
I guess he's getting his ear pierced.
It can be whichever one. I'm fine with them being clip on.
An ear cuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a half orc. You could just pierce my ear. I'm gonna reach up and touch it in a very loud voice. Can everyone hear me?
Oh God! Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yep.
Dear
Yep.
Lord, yes.
Okay.
What just happened?
I just gave her the other communication device.
Tell him to whisper.
Yeah. I will. Sorry.
If he's
you
got it,
not be so loud.
Tarek, don't yell into it. It's not like you're trying to wake an ogre. You're just trying to speak.
But it's so far from my ear or from my mouth.
It will get it. Don't worry. It always gets everything. It's pretty much like it's like a cheetah. It will chase it down and it will pick it up and put it into the nearest tree. That being our ears.
Michael, that's a leopard.
Cheetahs actually do the same thing.
You know what, Tarek? You can interpret that statement any way you want because I'm trying to figure it out on my end.
So basically, there's a leopard that runs at you every time you use the earring.
I'm gonna roll a nature check to see if I follow a story.
Nope.
I feel that's a very accurate roll.
And I'm also going to explain to him, I'm going to show him my hat and say, because clearly I'm very different looking and I stand out, and this town is not safe for my kind. I tend to wear this little thing and look different when I go out, so don't be alarmed if I look different when we go places. And I put it on and I look like just a 20-something-year-old human female with, with
the wart and the
working
limp.
class, very, very working class. Not, oh God, wrong words.
I didn't say anything.
I didn't think that kind of working class
No,
either.
I didn't think that.
I thought these assholes are going to go with that, so I need to clarify. What I meant was, like, maybe I work in a shop for somebody,
Okay.
and
I wasn't going to say anything until you corrected, just because I was just like, okay, she's trying to pretty much be like, somebody.
You're
who
trying
works
to be
in
a
loom.
commoner.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. Sorry, the brain's not working.
Fitting for the North Gults.
Okay.
I want to stoop down and stare very intently and very closely at her. It's like, you sure that's still you?
Give an investigation check. You,
nice.
as you're staring at her, you start to see through the illusion, and you can see Rihanna behind it.
And I'll reach
Good.
out with
For
my
a moment,
tail.
I thought I was going to tie a rope around you.
Say what?
I thought I was going to have to tie a rope around you so I wouldn't lose you.
Oh.
That's cute and disturbing.
Very.
Remember, we don't
do
kink
that,
shame.
Michael.
We don't kink shame.
What? What was that?
I'm going back to what Matt was saying earlier. We don't kink shame around here. It-
I just kind of chuckle and say, yes, darling, it's me. And I'll reach out and kick him with my tail. Even though you can't see it. He felt
well, with
it.
that roll, he can see it.
Mm,
He just
okay.
sees the outline of the fake image around you right now.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Because
This
I
is
think
just for my
I think
protection.
your DC was a 14.
I believe.
So yeah, but anyway, and with that, you guys.
Yeah.
So at this point, you're at the tavern. 5 of you are sitting there at a table, and Rihanna, you're off to the side, looking inconspicuous. And Darby shows up again with her Woman of Mystery gear on, which again, it's like when a person thinks they're playing spy. She's more
Yeah.
conspicuous.
It's like Kronk from Emperor's New Groove.
Yes.
Having not seen that, sure, okay.
Carmen San
Oh.
Diego. That's
Yeah,
what I
I'm
pictured.
going with Carmen San Diego.
Yeah.
She's probably
So-
even wearing bright colors.
Is she
She
singing
appeared
her
to
own
come in
theme music?
alone.
No, she has 4 robed bodyguards with her,
Okay.
but they just like 2 of them come in first, and then she'll be in a moment later with the other 2 behind her, and they'll kind of spread out a little bit as she comes over and sits down at the table and addresses Viserius. She does sort of give the more exotic of you a glance. Not a very kind glance. But then she just turns to Viserys and says, I have been informed by certain parties that you have done your job adequately, and I'm wish to settle up with you and close this matter. And
Well, speaking of settling up, what we found in there was far beyond what you had stated. So
she just looks at you and says, there was already an agreed upon price, and I will pay that. And she will set out 5 pouches that will contain 2,000 gold coins.
very well, and I'll take them and put them in my bag of holding for now.
And she says, and with that, our business is concluded. And she gets up to walk away.
Wait. Just a minute, please. If we'd have a bit of your time, my associates might like to ask you a few questions.
Michael, first off, that is a very noticeable spell. You need verbal and somatic components. If you try casting that, in front of her, she'll see it. Now, okay. I do just want to. Oh, she gets to roll against that because unless you are a sorcerer with subtle spell, she rolled an 18. I'll give you this much, okay? If you want to take away your 2 plot points, I'll say you could cast that before she walked through the door. Like when you see the first 2 of her bodyguards
I'll
come
drop
in.
the 2. I'll drop the 2 plot points.
Okay. And like I said, it's because I don't think enough sorcerers really make use of subtle spell, and it's really hard for you to hide that much. If it was only verbal, I would give it, there's less preparation. Which kind of is something I do want to go into right quick because I saw this on another stream. Spells that are like that, you do get your reaction against. If a spell only contains a verbal component, I'm going to say there's not enough warning for you to, react to it. I don't think there's very many like that. It's basically things
No,
like
there's
command. But if you can see it, you can react to it. But we'll say in exchange for your 2 plot points, you could have had that ahead of time. So you're just kind of okay. I'm trying to remember detect thoughts. If you're just getting surface thoughts, then there's
Surface
Yeah.
surface thoughts.
okay, so when she comes up, sees the especially like Trilak and Tarek give her a thought of these creatures again, and then her eyes falls on you, and her amount of revulsion at seeing you tips the scale as that.
Wow.
This one.
He did accidentally.
Yeah, she considers you to be a pervert.
Oh,
Those
that's
two
right.
are, inhuman fiends. But at least they are able to do a job. You're just disgusting. But then when it comes down to business, she's very businesslike. She's like, we had an agreed upon price, and she's only willing to pay that price. And then she gets up to leave, and Viserius, you were trying to talk her into staying, correct?
Yes.
All right. Give a persuasion roll, please.
Could I use guidance before? No. That'll take time.
Yeah, that would have taken you some
Yeah.
preparation. Okay.
Good job.
Yeah, that was really good. Let's see what she rolls. She will look and say, I don't see what more we have to discuss. The job has been completed.
Is that her thought on that as well?
Oh, yeah, she's very curious as to what you would have to discuss.
Well, there's just some information we thought you might like to hear.
It's like, the insubordinate workers have been dealt with. Is there more to it than that?
Yes.
That's all
there
her.
is
So,
far much more to it.
You
Was
do
that-
get, Michael, that she does know there's a bit more to it, but she's also a very callous person. And to her, the main thing is the job was dealt with. Her mind is hers again. But she will sigh and sit down because Sirius is very persuasive. Very well.
Well, in the first place, it wasn't a case of insubordination. If you haven't been told yet.
Yes, some cultists got in and infected my crew. A tragedy.
Yes. Yes, we are assuming that it was sabotage. Is
Now
there
you-
anybody in mind that you might know that would want to do this to you?
You definitely got her attention with that one. But she says,
surface thoughts on that?
oh, her mind is racing to several quick flashes, nothing that you can pick off on, but she has suspects in mind. She says, I do thank you for this information, but that is really my business, isn't it?
Yes. Well, if this would have leaked out, it would have been everyone's business.
And that is why I hired skilled mercenaries to deal with the problem before it got out.
Yes, but you hired us to deal with insubordinates, not with doors to other planes.
She's her surface thoughts are pretty much pointing out to the fact that she did know this beforehand, didn't she?
No, she's a little bit confused by planes to other dimensions. Like, I will deal with my own business affairs. My business with you has concluded. And she's trying to say that with a bit of finality, as in she doesn't consider this to be anything that you need to concern yourselves with, unless, of course, you can, give her a reason to make her trust you enough with her business.
All I'll have to say is that silence is golden. If you get my meaning.
Actually, it's platinum.
Roll another persuasion, Viserius. Okay. That was very good. And she just looks at you and says, I am a woman of breeding and reputation. You are an adventurer who did not even take an official job. If you want to try to ruin my reputation, I will have you crushed.
But it would be more willing to use us more for those jobs that you don't want out. I mean, we have shown ourselves to be quite useful in this respect, wouldn't you say?
And she will give you a little bit of a nod. It's like, yes, you do have your uses, and I do not like to dispose of those who are useful to me.
So, a continued business arrangement in this regard would help further things along for your own goals, but also help keep us within a golden situation.
I have some investigation that I must do, but once that has been concluded, I will need someone to carry out my will. At that point, I will be very generous for useful and quiet workers.
Well,
But until I know where to point those trustworthy individuals, I need to be able to conduct my side of affairs without tipping anyone's hand.
then we shall practice a virtue and keep ourselves within a golden milestone.
And she'll give you an approving nod at that and says, well, in that case, I will leave you to your mundane affairs. And she will get up and she will leave.
Michael bows his head slightly and then bows his head and turn to pretty much everything else.
What just
As he
happened?
drinks into his ale.
All right. Well, Trevor, for those who are not up on the subtlety side of things, I think you guys have just convinced her that you are worthwhile to keep employed once she knows who is trying to interfere in her business, and she will greatly compensate you for, dealing with her business rivals as long as you don't tip their hand first. In short, keep your trap
Michael
shut.
did a good thing.
Your work. I'm using, like, her persuasion was a 23, or her charisma was a 23 versus your 19. But that, plus the way Michael phrased things, I didn't feel there was another need to roll. She will reward you greatly once she has decided who is interfering in her business, and she needs some reliable sellswords in the future. All you have to do is not ruin her reputation, and she will come back to you once she thinks she knows who she needs to point you at.
Well, wasn't that your goal, Michael, to get certain people on your side?
Yep.
And he managed to do it without getting slapped.
I think that went rather well.
Good job.
Yeah, for no charisma at all, you've done quite well. Okay, Rihanna, you were hiding to follow her back?
Yes, I would like to see where she goes.
Okay.
I want to check out if she makes any other stuff.
Okay, give me a stealth roll.
Okay.
And let me
Mm.
see what. Okay. Okay, so with that, let me see what everybody gets, because she does have guardians with her. Yeah,
Well, I'm not trying to be super sneaky. I just want to be able to go in the same general direction if I need to play it off like I'm just sort of
yeah.
inebriated and just kind of wandering about.
I'm going to say that more than once while you're doing this, you do, because I'm giving you this at advantage, because of your hat of disguise and everything, but still, more than once you do notice that someone turns to recognize that, there's some attention on them, and they tend to just sort of, switch directions. It's going to happen enough times that you don't feel like you're pretty sure they're on to you. And you can break off or you can try again.
I will break off into a dark space. And I will instead use my cloak and take to the rooftops to try to track that way.
Okay, I'll give you another one, but it won't be at advantage because they are, now pretty well on their guard.
Okay.
And you got her and 4. Yeah, now you do really well.
Damn.
Okay, and just a second, because they're all very suspicious, so they're being very careful. And let me check for her. Okay. Like I said, they're being very, very careful in their attempt to go back, but they don't spot you this time, and eventually she just returns back to an estate in the Upper Deld, and you now know where Darby lives.
Good. Alrighty. Well, I will move off of a little distance away from there and perch my butt on the rooftop and let them guys say, okay, well, I know where she lives now, and I was just gonna see if she was up to anything else that was weird, so I guess not, but I suggest we keep an eye on this bitch.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, most agreeable.
But we need to do it in such a way that we don't scare her off from giving us further work. That way we can build up trust on her side towards us, because she's more useless. As very, very bad as she is, she also is quite useful to us.
Oh, I agree. Now, I have no idea because I've left already. But, yeah. I think I made him a bit paranoid. So.
Oh, yeah.
They definitely knew they were being followed for a while.
Yeah, speaking of work, I'll bring out the bags of gold and pass them out.
How much gold did we get from this? I forget.
2,000 each.
5 bags of 2,000, because there were 5 of us.
Yeah, she saw 5 people there, so she only paid you. She paid you a grand total of 10,000 gold, but she only paid for the people that she saw.
Well, there was only 5 of us to start with when we did this thing.
That is also true, but had there been 6 people there, she might have been willing to pay, but I'll let you decide how to divide the money.
And I'll offer some of mine to Tarek for helping us.
Michael will do the same.
Oh, I thank you. Maybe drinks are on me tonight.
Well, I'm not there, so.
Yes, and I'll toss the other one in my hand a little bit. I'll save this one for Sir Trilak, and I'll put it back in my bag of holding.
This, I can. Don't worry about my drinks. I think I can pay my own way through tonight. And he pulls out a loot from his bag of holding and goes up to the bar. You wouldn't be looking for somebody to play for the entertainment tonight, would you?
Give a performance roll, please.
I'll let you guys know that I'm going to hang out here for a while and watch her place for a little bit and see if I see anything weird happening around there, like in or out.
Damn.
Okay,
Good
Michael,
job.
your drinks are on the house for as long as you're playing.
Yay!
And Rihanna, give me let's call it two rolls for perception for, like if you, how many hours do you want to spend out there? Because basically 1 perception roll per hour.
Okay, I'll do a couple hours.
Okay.
Yeah, shit.
As there's nothing interesting happening. The second hour, okay.
There. I'll stay there for about 3 hours.
Okay. Over the next couple of hours, there's nothing that you really notice. Nobody comes in or out of the house, not even her bodyguards. So, but I will say, because you did really well, you see that this house has what you've come to know as the standard protection wards around it. So it's basically the same as Goldleaf Manor in that only authorized people can open the door type of thing, and there is an alarm spell, built into the framework. Again, that's pretty standard for nobles.
All of the windows and doors?
You would have to do an investigation check, and it'd have to be a thorough one. This is something that you just sort of come to learn is pretty standard for a noble's home.
Well, maybe I won't do it tonight because they're on edge.
Yeah.
I'll come back another night and check it out. Okay. Well, I'll ask them. Are you guys still out, or have you gone home yet? It's been 3 hours.
I'm still at the
Michael's
tavern
playing
listening to
bar.
Michael's playing. So
Okay. I will head back there to join you guys.
All right. I know some of you have to work early in the morning, so do you guys want to keep going for another half hour, or do you want to call it here for the night?
I'm good.
Okay.
yeah, I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
Just thought I'd check. All right, so the night goes pretty quiet for Rihanna. It's a little bit louder for the rest of you because Michael is doing a really good performance, and the bar gets to hopping. And like I said, you guys will even get free drinks as being part of his entourage. So that night, y'all go back to Goldleaf Manor. I figure you all basically will show up. We'll say about the same time, just for the sake of simplicity. And when you go inside, you open the door, and that's when you see the odd thing. Most of the time when someone leaves a note, on your door with a knife driven through it, they do it on the outside. This time it's on the inside. And it's written in red. It just says, "Where are they?"
What?
I love seeing the gears
heck?
turn.
Something?
Michael just takes the knife from the door and the note, looks it over, front and back, and then goes, "Oh, Victor's pissed."
Oh my god.
There it is. I saw it click for him, and then I saw you just trying to figure it
Oh,
out.
shit.
The game is afoot.
Oh shit, I got
So, who's this
inside.
Victor guy who likes to stab your door?
He's a
Oh,
very
we've known
bad
that
person.
we've known that he's possibly been able to get inside of anywhere for quite a while. I mean, the guy works as a spy master for the town. It's more, can we duplicate this? Because if he can do it, then somebody else can do it. And if we can figure out how to do it, then we can pretty much play we can pretty much play send the messages with the knife in the door. Or as I like to call it, knifey dory note find.
You're not getting anything for that. I will reward plot points when you're clever. You're not getting any plot points for that one. Knifey Dory.
Knifey dory note find.
God, I want to. Sorry, that's giving me a headache trying to get that one through my head.
Oh god, it's spreading.
Okay.
So I gave Tarek 500 gold pieces from my stuff.
Okay.
I don't care how much anybody else gives him. I'm just giving him some to try to, since he did help us out.
Yep,
So-
and
And the rest
Michael
of it's in your
does the same.
personal stash, but we still have party funds, so I'm not too concerned.
Michael does the same as well. So yeah, Tarek's just made about 1,500 gold.
Well, thanks, guys. I'm out of here.
For a
But you're
druid,
just-
that's probably enough to live on for a long time.
Well, sweet.
Yeah, that is actually that's quite a bit.
We will hunt you down.
No, we
does
won't.
this
We
manor have a like a yard or a garden or is it fenced in, anything like
There's a
that?
backyard.
There's a garden in the back.
It's not super elaborate, but yes, there is, a backyard that has some nice flowers and things.
Okay, I'm going to spend any of my free time just hanging out there and tending to the garden, trying to make it better.
Okay. You do
Viserys-
see the signs that somebody got thrown around during some training sessions.
Oh, hey
Okay,
guys,
back to the note in the
speaking of
door.
which- yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of like training sessions and stuff, as far as a place for him to sleep, I mean, what did we do when Frick was around? I don't remember. This is out of character.
we gave Frick the basement.
Oh, Jesslyn just left, so that room is vacant.
Okay, but
We could build him.
is
We
the
could
fur-
build
is
him.
the furniture sturdy enough for him?
It should be.
He's a druid. What we should do is we should plant some trees, and he could grow them together to make sort of like his own special house in the middle of the garden.
Michael, how much did you have to drink?
Oh, I think he had plenty, but I like that idea.
I like that idea, but yeah, that's kind of where I was going
Yes.
with the garden. I'm going to set up camp in the garden outside.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to say it's not big enough that you can, grow an elven style hut. But you're able to make yourself comfortable because you're used to it.
I'll let him know that he's more than welcome in the house.
I feel like a dog now.
Michael brings him a bedroll and a bunch of other stuff to make him comfortable.
And I'll tell him, oh, and if you need anything to eat or drink, you come inside. There's unseen servants. You just tell them what you're looking for and they'll find it. Yeah.
And no, they will not find the evil druid.
Oh, good, because that's what I was going to ask for.
I said food and drink, sweetie. Food and drink.
So, how do we
Special one,
play
isn't
this knifey dory game you guys were talking about?
Well, we need to have a meeting, but I think the condition most of us are in, we should probably table this discussion till morning with clear heads.
Well, first, I turned to Michael and said, "May I see that note, please?"
Michael hands it over gladly.
And
Personally, I say we send him a message right now and say, bitch.
I'm gonna sit down,
I'm
Indian
gonna say
style.
let's antagonize them.
And I'm
Yeah.
going to ritually cast Detect Magic on the note.
Okay. So that takes 10 minutes. Just out of curiosity, does anybody do anything while he's doing that?
I'm gonna go get something to eat out in the kitchen.
Okay.
Probably dig into some of Frick's special brew.
Okay.
Michael's gonna look
Anybody
through the
else?
library. Michael's gonna look through the library real fast to see if there's anything that's on, bypassing spells and stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean, the words on the house.
Then you give me an investigation check, and I just want to, cover everybody's actions so we can just run through them. So if there's anything else anybody wants to do while those two are doing that, you're eating. That's not a problem. Okay. Viserys, no, there's no magic on the note or the knife.
Okay.
Michael, you do find, some books on magic. You already know that basically there's nothing about how to bypass a ward directly. It's more about, the things that you probably already knew about magic, that high enough magic does beat a low-level ward. So, for example, if you cast the spell magic high enough, you can beat out somebody's ward, including what's been engraved on, these door frames.
Viserys, we need to speak with your dad. And, hopefully not insult him this time in any capacity with just our mere existence.
Okay,
And what would
one
you
thing
like
I
to
do
say?
have to say out of character right quick, and this is me just giving you free information. You have a specialist in your midst for this type of work. Why don't you just ask her?
Raina,
Yeah, yes.
How could somebody bypass wards and without actually setting them off or dispelling them?
Well,
I am also willing to take a history check from a few of you. We'll address that in a moment. But go ahead, Rihanna.
well, it depends. I mean, most of these people only ward the lower level of their home. So if the upper entrances, i.e., windows, balconies, doors, are also not warded, all one must do is somehow make it to that second level and let themselves in.
I wonder how you know how to do that.
I hear things.
Some of us
Dispel
had, you know. Sorry,
Go ahead.
no, Viserys, you go. You go ahead. I'm sorry.
So dispel magic's also a good counter.
Yes. but
With
I'm
your
not magic
detect
user,
magic
so-
still running, you can see that all of your wards are properly active, like you would expect them to be.
Is this place only warded on the bottom floor like most places around here?
Yeah, it's basically the doors and any lower windows that were large enough for a normal size, like a medium person to crawl through. That's
Okay.
usually where most of the protection is. The doors are the main focus.
So I tell Viserys, you're gonna have to put wards on the upstairs.
I believe so.
Wards on the upstairs. Wards on the sewer pipe entrances as well.
Yes. Anything that could be used as a means to entering this.
I ask, I've just arrived.
Matt, you're breaking
Where
up
was
again.
this note found?
On the inside of the door.
The inside of the front door.
Simply did on the door very quickly.
Matt,
It sound
Matt, I'm sorry, none of that's coming through.
Restart your Discord.
It's all
Yeah.
Mr. Roboto.
Like I said, if those of you who want to give me a quick history check to see what you remember about, recent interactions.
Oh shit.
Among whom?
Anybody
I don't
who
remember
has dealt with, mysterious individuals. Okay. Everybody who got above a 16 remembers that you saw Azir turn into a shadow and walk through a wall. And that was
that's right, she did
that was a very short time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she misty stepped through the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, especially those of you who understand magic well enough, it won't even be a roll. The wards on the door, they're basically alarm and locking type of spells. Anybody who can bypass the door, like dimensional door, anything that lets you teleport in, you don't have any protection for that type of magic.
Yeah, we need to upgrade our security people. Because if she got in here, I no longer feel safe.
Trevor, what's the security like for the palace?
None of you can break through it, I can promise that.
Can you
That's
bypass it with a dimension door spell?
Probably, actually. Depending where you're trying to
like a
get to.
challenge?
I do have the floor plans for the whole palace.
You do.
I
How
don't
long
get
have you had
current
those?
ones, but I can get current ones.
Yeah. 'Cause-
Like, I know a lot of the palace. But why are you trying to get in there?
Because we think Victor might be in there.
He lives there. My brother practically lives there. He does live there.
And
Yes.
Trilak is right. The knock spell is
Yeah,
another
knock.
form.
Get people in.
All right, give me a perception check if you have any bonuses for scent?
Oh, I know there are, but I don't have anything in front of me.
Okay.
I think a wolf
I
like
think
a
you just
+5 or
get advantage, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll call it advantage right now, and if we
Yeah.
can find anything better for it, later
So I think
on
it's
we'll
just-
see if we can't find some statistics for wolf.
Isn't that considered like a survival skill? Tracking
It would-
scents and stuff?
It would be perception, wisdom.
It would be
Oh, okay.
perception scent base, and we'll
Okay.
we'll give advantage for that.
Now, did he turn into this dog inside the house or outside the house?
Yeah.
Hey.
It says here that wolf has advantage on wisdom checks that rely on hearing or smell.
Mm-hmm. Do I smell him?
Well, you need to give a check to see what you smell. But Trilak, you can do that too if
I'm
you want.
trying to figure out how to do that without using my actual stats.
For right now, just use your stats, and we'll just we'll look it up later and get everything else.
In beast shape, it is your stats, though. Is
Yeah,
like that, those kind of stats.
I thought so.
Like intelligence and all that stays as yours, but strength and dex go on the animal,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So
That's a 20.
okay,
Yeah, if I get advantage in all perception checks, I still use my my perception.
okay.
Yeah.
So you two start sniffing around, and Trilak, you recognize the scent as belonging to Azir. Tarek, all you know is that someone who isn't, one of these group was inside the house. But with that scent, you could recognize them, if you were to, well, you would have to be in wolf form to use it, but you could track this person with that perception. Trilak, you have you met Azir?
Didn't he go with us to rescue Michael? Or did he stay behind?
I don't think he was here for that session.
He's always off doing his drug lord stuff.
Yeah.
That's why he's never with us.
So Trilak, I don't think you have met Azir personally. So we're gonna say I've given it away now, but I don't think it was that much of a secret anyway. You could recognize this person also by scent, and you obviously don't have to switch forms. If they get within scent range, your passive perception will do a lot to help you recognize them again.
So?
I want to focus on like where they came in, where they went out, kind of like how the trail goes, to kind of give them an idea of how they got into the place.
Basically, I'm trying to think of how this, because I'm thinking about what her skill set is. You smell her at the door, but then there's basically a gap, and when you go out, like you do smell some of it outside, but there's not like a continuous walking trail that you might have been used to. It's more like, at the door frame, you pick up this the scent inside. On the outside, it's a few steps right before you get to the porch. You smell it, and then you smell what you're not really sure what it is exactly, but it wasn't a humanoid. It was some kind of a bird that mixes with her scent. And then there's basically it's like something just appears in one spot, becomes her, vanishes, reappears inside the house, and then back again. But it doesn't smell like she came off the street.
Okay, I'm going to turn back into half-orc form and inform everybody of what I found out.
Fabulous.
And Trilak, since you got just a little bit better, and this you can confirm that this does happen, within a few hours. So I mean, obviously it happened tonight. So between the two of you, this was very recent.
In other words, they know we're back. They're watching the house. They knew we were out, and that's when she came.
I think we pissed her off.
You think?
I believe you may be correct.
Yeah, that note doesn't look like the handwriting of a controlled person. It's pretty angry
Guys,
scroll.
Yeah, she's agitated. She's more dangerous to us now.
I think I need to go check on Tenalia real quick.
Tenalia?
My family's
Housekeeper.
servant.
Okay.
I suggest we never go anywhere alone, guys.
I'm going with you.
I was like, unless you got an invisibility spell.
Michael, she doesn't have anything to worry about from me that she knows of.
No.
gotta tap my
Unless you're
chest.
with us.
Yeah, she's not stupid.
No. We've just killed her. She believes that we've killed her family.
Yeah, guys.
Would you be in the right sane mind?
Guys? He's still checking this note for magic. Who knows what it could be doing? So I suggest we don't talk a whole lot about this.
Oh, no, he's already confirmed the note was not magical.
Okay.
It is
sorry,
just
I
a
did not know
regular
that.
note.
Okay, good.
Wait, hold on. Sounded like somebody was using that buzzsaw or so. Anyway.
They're just trying to get through the door to murder you, that's all.
Oh, okay. Nothing to worry about then.
Yeah.
You know, power tools are actually very inefficient for that. I don't know why everybody assumes they make a great weapon. I used to try to trim trees with them, and bark can get in the way. All right. Sorry, that's just Andy's personal tangent.
Okay. Well,
so yeah, I want to go
well,
check on that. I won't stop Michael if he wants to.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Are you coming back here to stay here, or are you staying at your house?
I mean, I'll probably be staying there.
So then Michael can't go by himself with you to come back alone. That means there needs to be another one of us that goes with. I will go as well.
Well, since everyone's going, I want to go.
Not everybody's going, but yes, you can come with us if you want.
I mean, I guess you can come have a drink.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if Tarek wants to come with us, sure. I mean, Trilak, will you stay here with Viserius?
Of course.
You can
course
all
not.
go together if you want.
Well,
And
yeah,
leave
but
the house
It's
unabandoned.
kind of a.
But here's the thing, guys. The reason why I say this is that most of us, if not all of us at this point, have got these, and I pull out my amulet, which means they can't scry on us to know where we are. So they have to be spying on the house. So they're watching to see who's coming in and out.
Hmm.
Yeah. Ow. Wow.
So my really cool, my staff here will allow me to do amazing things. Allow me to show you, and I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay. I think that,
okay.
yeah, everybody within 30 feet will get
So
a
we
plus
could
10.
stealth out of the house and not be seen, hopefully.
So what is this drinking at Trevor's house now?
I guess so.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
We're doing like a pub crawl, only we're doing the crawl to everybody's house in turn.
All
That
right.
would be a
Okay.
27
Everybody who wants
for
to go
me.
can roll a stealth, and we'll add a plus 10 to everybody.
27.
Hey, what's
Wait, I
going
guess
on?
that's 12.
Christ, Michael.
15! Yay!
What?
Some of them
wrong.
are going with Trevor back to his home to check on his housemaid, I guess. If that's how you want to
Housekeeper.
housekeeper.
Housekeeper, the
Previous-
sweet old lady that takes care of his sorry ass.
And they have
Oh, okay.
Pass Without a Trace for everybody who wants to go with him. Okay.
Should I stay here or should I accompany you all?
That's entirely up to you. I mean, if Trilak wants to stay, that you guys could stay. If you want to come, come.
Well, after the intrusion, I don't think we want to leave this place unattended.
Well, exactly. And Viserius, while we're out, if Trilak is with you, if you guys are staying here, try to get in contact with somebody who can do a full security workup. I mean, anti-scrying, anti-entry.
That would
any
be something
form.
better to do during the day.
In the
'cause
morning.
You got to go
Yeah.
talk to a business.
Yes, I will contact my father. See if there's anything that he could possibly do.
or anybody that he knows that we could pay, because we've got a lot of cash. And while I don't want to bring the economy of the city down, I really think that we
Also,
need
like,
safety.
I will inform
You
him.
don't want to do too much because it'll be
It'll be what?
suspicious if you do too much.
Oh, right.
Might I have an announcement for the group. This Mr. Crane approached me in the streets earlier, and this Mr. Claw wants to meet.
Aren't you Mr. Clock?
We don't know.
We
that.
don't know that in character.
I thought we figured that out. Oh, wait.
No, we haven't.
No.
No, we have
Why
not.
is my light not working? I have no way.
Okay, but that's gonna have to be later. We have to do it first.
Meow.
I was thinking we could probably,
Do both tonight.
hire. Well, yes. And
Guys, we got about 10 more
Perhaps.
minutes of game time.
Let's go check on the. Let's go check on the person who hopefully is still alive first, and then
Yes.
let's go deal with Mr. Claw.
Yes.
Because it's going to be great to finally meet this guy, but
I
life
realize
hangs
it's
balance.
probably way past midnight at this point.
Yeah, because you were out singing and
We were
drinking
out
for a few
late.
hours. And again, we've got about 10 more minutes of game time, and so for everybody,
So that's kind of Trevor at this point.
everybody who is going with Trevor, you are able to make it to his home. Tadelia is actually, she doesn't sleep there, but you see
I
no,
thought she was 11. Hey, you okay?
What?
Nope.
she goes home.
Because I followed her, because I didn't
Yeah.
know who lived there.
Yeah, she just comes home, like, she's there during the day to keep the house in order, but then she goes home. But when you get
Oh, I
there,
forgot
and
about
there's absolutely no signs that anything is wrong. She didn't know when you were going to be back, so she didn't leave you any warm food or anything. But
No, that's not.
you don't see anything suspicious.
Okay.
And Viserius, you were going to send a message to your father.
Yes.
Okay, how do you want to phrase that?
Politely and respectfully.
Well, he's got 25 words to say it in, so
There it is.
okay. The message you get back is return home and we will just sell the property and cut our ties with that accursed city.
Which I'll have to wait till the morning to respond.
I'm going to say your father's particularly stubborn personality. He would sooner cut ties with this whole place. He can leave his business in operation and just, sell off the remainder of the property. After all, he only got this house because somebody foreclosed on their loan, and he figured it was good to have, a place where representatives can stay when they're on working jobs. So,
Okay. But I'll still have to wait till in the morning to respond.
okay. Well, guys, unless there's something else, I think we'll call it here for the night.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
Well, that was still a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. We'll see you in a couple of weeks when it will be Trolltide the next day. I am personally looking forward to that one. Nothing at all bad can happen on our Halloween episode. We will see you then. We'll be back next week. Kyle and I will be back with Titan's Grave next week, same time. So feel free to stop by and join us for that. We'll see you then.
Yes. Take care.
Bye bye.
Adios.